Dude, I love this cinematic masterpiece. Okay, I literally feel like I'm watching, did y'all ever watch the show Vikings? What is up, my fellow guild members? Kale here. Today, we're going to be discussing how much or how little I know of Minecraft. And the amount of knowledge I know of Minecraft is absolutely zero. Okay, so with that being said, I say zero, but it's like 0.01 or whatever. All I know is there's a character named Steve. There is a chicken jockey, whatever that is. There's zombies. There are... You mine stuff, you craft things, you make civilizations, as what this video we're about to be watching today is. We are going to be watching the 1,000 players simulate civilization, rich and poor. So that is going to be what we are reacting to today. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on our road to 2,000 subscribers. We hit 1,000 subscribers way sooner than I ever expected. Now it's our road to 2,000. So please hit that subscribe button and let's get this guild growing. Let's get right into the video.
In the biggest social experiment in Minecraft history, I scattered 1,000 people across 2 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever.
Oh, so in Minecraft, normally if you die, you can respawn, I'm assuming. However, in this one, it's like real life. Also, I do want to say, just from the start, this looks like it's gonna be fun. How the heck did someone get 1,000 people to want to agree to living the hell of life all over again in a video game? Anyways.
Now, each player has the freedom to do whatever they want. Farm for food, become a dictator, and build a society.
It looks fun.
They can, because while one island is a rich, green paradise, the other one...
You're kidding me.
...is a barren wasteland. It's up to each player to work with what they've got. Will there be peace between the islands, or will there be war? What ended up happening is the single most amazing...
All right, before we get further into the video, what would y'all rather see? Would y'all rather see peace among the islands, or would y'all rather see war? Would y'all rather see what we're so used to every single day in real life society, or would you rather see peace? Because honestly, I would love to see peace. I want to see what peace would be like in an actual civilization. Let's get to it. Let's fingers crossed for peace.
All I will say is pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the rich and poor 1,000 player civilization experiment.
Damn, I've never played Minecraft, but I really wish I could have been in this.
If you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server and, of course, subscribe to my channel. All right, we got 1,000. Good luck, everyone. It was the beginning of day 1, and all 1,000 players began to explore their new homes. What?
Is it just 1,000 random people? Or is it 1,000 people he chose?
Before the first day, I had made everyone choose randomly between Island 1 and Island 2. And I didn't tell them that one of the islands, the first one, would be a barren wasteland. Hey, you guys having a good time?
No. There's nothing here. Please tell me where the trees are, bro. I cannot find anything.
It didn't take long for the people who chose Island 1 to realize they had made a massive mistake.
I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place.
Players realized that building civilizations on Island 1 would be particularly challenging. And not only because it was empty, but because some parts of it were completely uninhabitable, like the snow biome. Oh no! No, no, no! Oh! And right next door, a massive volcano.
Wait. Did he just simulate being like trapped in snow, like all the people who get crushed under like I forgot what the word when you yell and cause an avalanche. Yeah, it took me a minute to think of the word, but like, did he just simulate someone drowning under snow? Pretty much. It technically is drowning because it's water, just frozen water. Technically is drowning. You're gonna freeze to death probably before you drown. No, you might suffocate and drown first. Yeah, you'd probably suffocate and drown first. I don't know. Would you die from being frozen first before suffocating? That's a question to ponder.
Erupt at any moment.
Ooh, I'm not going down there.
This volcano also happens to heat up all the water on the island.
Okay.
This killed a lot of people.
I bet it did.
Now, to begin building civilizations, the players needed to find a tree.
Please tell me where the trees are, bro.
Wood is an essential material, and without it, you really can't do anything.
Yeah.
Now, luckily for Island 1, there was one tree on the island, and it was pretty big, too.
Okay, so one massive
Of
tree.
course, it was completely surrounded by boiling water.
You've got to be kidding me.
Meanwhile, let's go over to Island 2. Hey guys! Life on Island 2 was beautiful. The terrain was green, the trees were plentiful, and the water was normal temperature.
Open for business.
Selling water? It's from the ocean. Are you trying to make me drink ocean water?
No.
The people on Island 2 immediately realized they had chosen the island of safety and wealth. You are literally a piece of gold.
Yeah.
The only real danger on Island 2 was
Wait.
the
So
possibility of
in
falling-
Minecraft, can you like change your model? Are you able to pick whatever model you want? Is it kind of like just like creating a character in a game, kind of like Elden Ring or whatever, where you just design your model, or do you have to like download like? Is it one of those games where you have to like download certain like DLC stuff and then be able to update your stuff and choose a model, or what? Is it like a modding feature? I don't know. If you have any lore or explanation of how Minecraft is and have any suggestions of how to start with Minecraft, like where is a good starting point for a new person who has never once touched Minecraft, put that in the comments below.
down from a tree as you're collecting wood. But some people found a way to even work around that. So you're planning to build
Dude, this
a bakery,
world, honestly, Minecraft looks
and you're forcing your
kind of cool
employees
though.
to
Like
go
it
up
looks
and get oak.
beautiful.
She forcing you to work up here.
Like it looks blocky and like pixels, right? But if you look at all it from like
Also,
a
because
distance,
of the vast amounts of trees, people were very
looks
quickly
beautiful.
able to craft tools that allowed them to mine underground. Hello, Saps, you doing okay?
Yeah, I mean, this island's great.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at this. Yeah, I'm loaded.
Overall,
I'm
the people of
loaded.
Island 2 were thrilled with their new home, thrilled with their wealth, and they were very optimistic about their future.
not gonna lie, I know I wanted peace, but if I was on Island 1 and I saw what Island 2 had, let's just say I'm getting the gang together and we're gonna be going down on some. If we could somehow build a ship, get a ship built or like a boat built, we'll be sailing across and screaming for Valhalla and taking everything from the rich folk.
By the end of the first day, players on Island 1 had finally reached the big tree. You realize how high up you are?
Oh yeah, I know. We're not scared.
No?
No pain, no gain.
Island 1 was still pretty far from having fully fledged civilizations, but there were communities starting to form. For example, this player named Remy the Rats made a small restaurant to feed those who were starving. Remy the Rat, what are you serving them here? It's very popular. Bread? And you could What the frick? Why? Wait, is this a bread line? Yes. Oh no. I also got word that there was a small group of people who had chosen to settle in a weird location.
People at the volcano.
What type of people would choose to live on a volcano? Hey guys.
Hello.
Mario,
Hey, how's it going?
Linguini.
Mafia.
This was Lingolini, and he had recruited about 20 people to join his Italian mafia. His goals were very simple:
Lingolini.
make friends and get rich.
Hold on, Ish, can we tell you a little secret? We found some netherite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. We're trying to keep it between us.
We'll check back in with these guys later.
He's
but in
gonna
the
go
meantime,
spoil
on
it.
Island 2, there were
That's not how God is supposed to play it, dude. God is supposed to let them do.
I don't care about power. I don't care about government. I just want to make a nice place for my people to live.
This player named Callie Cass was the leader of about 50 people in a nation she named the Cass Coalition. And a coalition it was of very different types of people, including pirates, bankers, Canadian cartels, bakery owners, and their employees.
I want fair working conditions.
I
much
want
even
fair
being paid to
working
work up here?
conditions.
Paid? People are getting paid?
Now, later in the day, Island 2 would face its first conflict. What the heck?
Hey, you guys can't be destroying the beach.
Who are you?
A group of about 20 people were extracting sand from the shore right next to the Cass Coalition. Cass was obviously not happy about this, but these people didn't care because they were from a much bigger nation called the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth.
We're actually 5 nations combined into one, so we have strength in numbers.
The Commonwealth was a massive civilization that was formed on day 1 when 5 distinct groups were close enough to each other that they just decided to come together and unify under one nation. As a result, the Commonwealth had a government with 5 leaders at the top and over 150 citizens.
We're going to turn this mountain into our city currently.
Ah, okay. The Commonwealth leaders...
I bet you a lot of these Minecraft civilizations will thrive better than a lot of civilizations in the real world. Just saying.
Were very ambitious.
This is very
and wanted
interesting.
To make the Commonwealth the most beautiful, the most respected,
Ooh,
the
that
most
is
powerful nation on Island 2, even if it came at the expense of others.
Here, one second.
Overall,
Let
by
me
the
get
end
a
of the
little more
day,
out of your
Island
way.
2
Let you
was
guys see
much
more of the
further ahead
video.
than Island 1,
I just
as
realized how
expected.
big I was
But
compared to the
let's see
video.
what
There we go.
happens in the following day.
How's that? Better? Better.
As players logged back in the next day,
Is this better? I want you guys to be able to see the entire screen. Maybe you might see like me covering just like the bottom right portion. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. That's it. Okay, cool. We're good.
nobody was expecting that the beginning of day 2 would end up having one of the most consequential moments of the entire event.
Uh-huh.
Revy the Rats was running his restaurant when he received a visit from a player named Spood.
Does anyone...
Spood.
I need food, I'm dying.
Yo, Spood.
Well, yeah.
I do have food. You're private, but
Oh, I
don't
need
worry.
food. Oh, God, I'm too kind. I care about everyone else before myself. It's such a problem.
Now this player, Spood, was a rising leader on Island 1. He was known for always giving away his own food. But some people started to suspect that Spood's supposed generosity was merely a method to gain popularity.
It probably
to further
was.
his political ambitions.
The way he said,
That is,
I'm too nice. I give everyone else before I even attempt to eat my own. Yeah, he said that no one who is actually nice will say, I'm too nice. Yeah, no.
until...
Oh! Joe,
Oh my God.
Joe.
Who is a traitor?
Wait, who was just... Ramsayer was slain by Scipolo. Why did I say it like that?
He was trying to assassinate Spood.
Spood had survived an assassination attempt, which brought him exactly the attention he needed to cement himself as a legend on Island 1. People were drawn to him, and on day 2, Spood used this leverage to establish an empire named Westhelm.
West Helm. Okay.
These people have made me emperor. This right here is going to be our capital. We're also building a massive coliseum.
You mean where people fight to the death?
Exactly.
Even though the people of Westhelm were still struggling with food
Yep. I knew it.
and resources, their motivation to succeed was unbelievably high.
Earlier, somebody tried to take my life. Someone with this face. But now, he's dead.
For the first time, it seemed like the people of Island 1 had hope.
The Ballad of Emperor Spood. Nearly killed by some dude.
Island 1 was finally starting to develop civilizations, but not all of them were as motivated as Westhelm. Right next door, for example, was a cult named Nevermore that literally just boxed themselves in and wanted nothing to do with the rest of the world.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
And honestly, these guys weren't wrong to be pessimistic. See, some of the people who chose Island 1 had secretly been hoping that when they finally make it underground, they would find troves of iron and diamonds. But instead, they only found a giant layer of lava that stemmed from the volcano and covered the entire island.
That's how. That is how and why the water is always boiling.
This lava layer ended up killing a lot of people.
I bet it did.
That said, a lot of people weren't necessarily angry at the poor conditions themselves, but more so about the inequality between Island 1 and Island 2. See, even though the two islands had a border separating them, preventing anyone from crossing for now, rumors were spreading about the wealth and the amazing environment of Island 2. Because of this, some people on Island 1 were starting to develop some feelings about the other island.
Island 2 might be the better island, but we're the better people.
Oh, in fact, artists on Island 1 were already making propaganda posters, some of which were rather concerning, including a few creations by our mafia leader, Lingolini. Speaking of Lingolini, there was some drama on the volcano on day 2.
I just survived an assassination attempt.
What?
Whoa. Mamma mia, help me! I'm getting chased! Lego likes just attacked me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
It was becoming a pretty common occurrence on Island 1 for people to try to rob or murder as a means to get food or resources. But Lingolini was not going to let that slide. Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put a hit out on him. Everybody in the mafia knows that the Lego likes is an enemy of the mafia.
But then, during our interview... Oh, wait, who's coming out over here? There's some people coming down.
Oh, those are people from Infernus. They're our allies.
Oh, really? Lingolini had decided to share his volcano territory with a larger group called Infernus, whose main goal was to preserve and protect the sacred land of the volcano.
Yes.
I spoke with the leader, a player named Seneca, who described herself as the Queen of Infernus.
We are a nation of the flame. We have to treat the volcano
A nation of
with
the flame.
deserves, and we hope we can work with Lingolini to do just that.
By the way, I just finished my first playthrough of Elden Ring. Did Ronnie's quest line and did the Age of the Stars. I'm about to be going in and doing the next one, the Frenzied Flame, because we live by the flame. Yes, so I agree. Protect the flame.
Seneca and Lingolini agreed to protect each other in case of an invasion and use the volcano's height and flowing lava to their advantage.
If anybody tries to attack us, we'll kick them out like a Koopa shell.
Like a Koopa shell.
Now, speaking of
It's so
invasions, on day 2, the Cask Coalition was approached by an army of boats.
Oh, crap. Guys, I think we're under attack.
It looked like for some reason the Commonwealth was coming to attack.
No, we can't fight this. We gotta run. Get everyone out.
But after a few moments of panic, it turned out to be just a group of immigrants who had gotten lost.
We are not here to invade, I swear.
Oh,
We're not here to invade you, we promise.
Why are y'all here?
It's you,
But I didn't do anything. I just followed
You
them.
brought them all. You didn't do anything. Okay.
The leader of the migrants, a player named 3 Below Zero, profusely apologized for the scare, and then the migrants took off. What's going on, Cass?
I know they didn't mean to do that. I'm telling my people not to worry.
Glad to hear. Now, on day 2, players had finally realized that Island 2 was not technically an island at all, but an
Ish is the cameraman. That's what he is. Ish will never die. Long live Ish, the cameraman!
archipelago or chain of islands. The northern island was an optimal place to settle with open fields, trees, and wildlife. So naturally it had the biggest civilizations, including the Commonwealth, the Cask Coalition, and a huge kingdom named Tricolor ruled by a monarch named Jofiel.
The red stands for the underground, the green for plains, and the blue for the coast.
The center island, meanwhile, had pink cherry blossom trees and was the home of a small nation called Barbie Land.
Barbie.
What is this?
Life in plastic?
Oh god.
It's fantastic.
Okay. And lastly, the
I
southern
hate that.
island was big, but also extremely dense, flooded with jungles and swamps. As a result, nobody really wanted to stay there, although I did find one person. Saps, what is this?
Can't you tell? This is my vacation home.
How's this a vacation home? I don't see any lawn chairs or furniture. There's no
Hey,
roof.
hold your horses there, cowboy. It's not done yet.
Saps was one of the few players who chose not to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics.
Question. If you were to be involved in one of these servers and one of these events, would you rather join a community and live amongst people, Or would you like to do like Sap and be solitude in a solitary area by yourself? Because personally, I really love the woods. I could be a hunter-gatherer, and I will definitely choose to live on my own and live amongst the animals. I might not live as lavish as Sap is deciding to live, but I will definitely be living by myself for sure.
And drama. Still, he made lots of friends across Island 2, his best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group. Speaking of, 3 Below Zero and the migrants had finally reached their destination all the way up north. Now, other than accidentally invading the
1 second, everybody. I have to crack open some gamer subs. We're about to open up a can of goof juice. I need to drink some drink. I'm thirsty, and I don't want to drink water right now, as I had just drank water. I wanted something with some flavor. So, by the way, if you got to this point so far, this is your point to either drink some water or get some liquids and food inside of you. Don't know why I'm talking like this. I apologize. However, I think it's because of Elden Ring. Elden Ring has gotten me role playing as with an accent. So yeah, definitely get some water, some food, and let's sit back for the ride.
The Cast Coalition, these guys seemed pretty insignificant. But little did people know, this new civilization was about to change the entire world.
Wait, what civilization?
Significant. Now, Zero and this actually
back it up.
politics and drama. Still, he got to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics and drama. Still, he made lots of friends across Island 2, his best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group. Speaking of, 3 Below Zero and the migrants had finally reached their destination all the way up north. Now, other than accidentally invading the Cast Coalition, these guys seemed pretty insignificant. But little did people know, this new civilization was about to change the entire world.
Ooh, some lore. Or some, foreshadow.
We are blessed to live where we live, and we intend to use it for good. We are enlightened. We are the light. We are Luminara.
Okay, cult as it is, it's definitely a cult in this group. However, the name Luminara goes so freaking hard, dude. Oh my god.
The migrants had decided to call their civilization Luminara. They saw themselves as the light of Island 2, the innovators, the inventors. See, the reason 3 Below Zero had chosen this specific location to settle, well, it wasn't by accident. After the first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate system to calculate the northernmost point of either island.
Wait.
Released by the people of first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate system to calculate the northernmost point of Island 2. His goal was to settle as closely as possible to the other island so that when the day comes, when the borders drop, Luminara can build a massive bridge connecting the two islands, giving free passage as a sign of good faith to perhaps bring about world peace.
I love this!
But it wouldn't be that simple. The second in command of Luminara, Flux, as well as a few concerned citizens, did not want that bridge to be built. They had seen the Island 1 propaganda. They knew that people on Island 1 were angry. Their fear was that Island 1 would just use that bridge as an opportunity to invade Luminara and perhaps invade the rest of Island 2, leading to a world war.
That bridge is a bad idea.
Okay, so I do know that it seems like all the footage does prove that stuff does happen. So I do believe that there is a war that breaks down on the bridge. I mean, just from that's a foreshadowing thing right there. That is a literal, not even a foreshadow. That's like a glimpse into the future. It's like what's it called? I can't think tonight for some reason. Damn. A vision. A vision. of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now. So I think it's a vision of what is to come, and it cannot be outrun.
Yeah. Moving up north was a bad idea. Island 1 is going to invade us, and Luminara is going to be their first target.
What about the goal of world peace?
I respect our leader's goal, but he's dead wrong. We shouldn't be trying to befriend our enemies. The way we're going to achieve world peace is by uniting Island 2 against Island 1.
What if 3 Below Zero says no? What if they finish the bridge?
Well, then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all.
As day 2 came to an end, tensions were rising, both within nations and...
Question: do you think Island 2 or Island 1 will come out on top? Do you think there will be world peace? Do you think Island 1 is actually going to invade? Or is it, after the bridge is built, Island 2 will invade Island 1? Just because they are in fear of life, of being invaded. Do you think Island 2 invades Island 1 in fear of being invaded by Island 1, or Island 1 invades Island 2 just out of spite?
between islands, leaving people worried about what's going to happen next.
Damn, we're only in day 3.
Back on Island 1, I was watching a small group of pirates who called themselves Al-Karasina.
Al-Karasina, my friend. We're the baddest pirates around.
Now, if you look closely, there was a person of interest hanging around with the pirates.
Lego likes.
Lego likes just to take me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
Well, what are you gonna do about that then?
I put a hit out on him.
So to be clear, Lego Likes had a bounty on his head, and he was hanging around pirates. You could probably guess how this ends.
Yo, Lego Zanga's here. So is this is everything you guys got, huh? Not much.
Ooh. They're boiling him! Oh no! Oh my gosh! The Al-Karasina pirates had killed Lego Likes, but there was a small problem. Did you hear about the news?
Yeah, I saw it, but we don't know who claimed the bounty. It didn't say it in the chat.
Because Lego Likes had technically died to boiling water instead of a player, Lingolini didn't know who actually killed him. But fortunately for the pirates, when a player dies, the dead player drops their own head, which the pirates believed would be the proof they needed to collect their bounty later today. So you're expecting a payment later?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll go. I'll go.
You guys let me talk.
By day 3, players had basically mapped out all of Island 1 and were finally starting to adapt to the environment.
Day 1 was horrific. We literally had bread lines. Day 2, we're building a coliseum, a citadel. I am literally immortal. Hopefully that isn't foreshadowing.
Emperor's Food was still the most powerful
Hopefully
man
that
on
isn't
Island 1.
foreshadowing.
And on day 3, he was invited to a big international meeting hosted by a charity group called the Blue Cross.
We invited you here mainly to discuss plans.
Where's the blue shield? Blue Cross and blue shield.
What are your individual plans?
A large bunker underground.
Just not using flammable materials.
We don't have any real plan, you know.
What? You don't have plans? If that volcano erupts, you deserve to die.
Wow.
Emperor's Food had come in with good intentions, but it was there that he learned that he hates meetings.
Ah, I'm gonna go there.
When Emperor's Food left, the other leaders were unsettled. Was this guy really the figurehead of Island 1?
Okay, we need a better representative.
Then, basically right on cue.
Elysium diplomats follow me. Bodyguards.
Sorry guys, sorry, I'm late.
This is Benji, and he's the leader of Island 1's second biggest civilization, called Elysium.
Elysium, I like Elysium's name.
Benji had
I still think
discovered that
Luminara
toward the
is
outer
one of the
edges
better
island,
names.
Away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he founded Elysium, which literally translates to a place of ideal happiness. And he made the nation to give peace. Elysium. Kano. See, Undate's second biggest civilization, called Elysium. See, on day 2, Benji had discovered that toward the outer edges of the island, away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he founded Elysium, which literally
that's a good, smart idea.
Happiness.
If you think about it, the further away you are from the volcano, the better.
And get away from all the troubles of Island 1. Look at these Elysium
I like the
guys
music.
living in the water.
We were hoping that Lord Ish could summon a single mushroom cow.
All right, if anyone drops a pufferfish in the next 60 seconds, I'll do it.
What do I have to do? What do I have to do? We need the pufferfish. Quick.
There it is.
All right.
A mushroom.
We can kill it for leather!
Now, back at the Blue Cross, Benji and the other leaders discussed the possibility of creating a full island.
Wait, he just created a religion now. He just created a religion with that. He is God. And if the group 1 second. I froze. I'm having issues. Technical difficulties, everybody. Is this still working? Okay. So it's just VTube Studio. There we go. There we go. I'm back. My phone overheated, I believe. Okay, back to what I was saying. He is the god, and if their group, if that civilization offers a sacrifice, aka the pufferfish, they receive rewards. So they're going to start praying to the god for a better environment, better living conditions, and hopefully he answers and responds. But that, you know, how all religions are, you pray, you offer sacrifice, not all the time do you receive, okay?
One alliance. All the leaders at the meeting, including Westhelm's representatives, believed that given the harsh conditions of Island 1, an island-wide alliance could be a game changer. But first,
Before we make this official, we have to convince everyone else to join.
see, there were a few civilizations not present at the meeting, and to complete the full Island 1 alliance, the Blue Cross would have to go out and get them all on board. First was the Al-Karasina Pirates, who coincidentally happened to pass by the meeting as it was happening.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
They were on their way to collect their bounty from the second nation not yet in the alliance, the Linguini Mafia. Oh, yes, they're waiting.
Hello, I'm looking for Mario.
Hello, it's me.
Hello, it's Samid.
Ooh, mamma mia. It looks like a small brain. It sure looks like a Lego lights.
Meanwhile, the Nevermore cults would probably be a little bit more difficult to convince, but the Blue Cross said they'd try anyway. Now, as for the fourth and final nation, well, it was a bit of a mysterious group. Their civilization was down south, and they were very isolated and secretive. They were also rumored to have an extremely strict government, but also a large amount of very skilled fighters.
Not gonna lie, this seems like the type of nation and civilization group that I would be with, because as my skills of an assassin, they would definitely have to try to get me. I'm one of the greatest assassins alive. Hence, all my forms. Remember, I'm a shape-shifting elf, and whoever I take out, I'm not going to explain my power, but I can take their powers and shapeshift into their form. So that's why I have the two forms. It's only forms that I want to take. Just because I take you out doesn't mean I'm taking your form. However, I have my void demon form, I have my human form, and my base elf form. I may be adding more in the future, but yes. So this is the type of civilization I would probably be offered to join just because of my skill set. So, yes.
As a result, people were kind of scared to approach them, but they knew they had to eventually to complete the Blue Cross Alliance. They knew that if this alliance works out, it wouldn't matter that they all lived on the poor island. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the most powerful force in the world would become Island 1.
I like this music.
Island 1 was supposed to lose, but now they were on the verge of turning their lives around completely.
Ooh, the Commonwealth.
As you can see, there was a bit of commotion at the Commonwealth. They had just exploded their own land because of a miscommunication. What happened was one of the 5 leaders, Coraline, got the idea that the Commonwealth was planning to move east. So she started telling everyone to move. Thus, believing that they wouldn't need their old land anymore, one of the citizens just decided to blow it up.
I thought we were moving.
What? We're not moving. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Overall, the Commonwealth was having trouble getting anything done.
I thought we were moving. We're not moving. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Because the 5 leaders were constantly fighting over power. See, there were 5 leaders, each with 1 vote. But because they were originally 5 separate nations, each with a differing amount of citizens, should the smallest faction's vote have the same weight as the biggest faction's vote?
It is ridiculous that Armin's vote is worth the same as mine. I mean, I need about 50 people, and he has barely 5.
Because of all the fighting and disarray, Commonwealth citizens started moving to other nations like the Cass Coalition. Cass's style of governing, letting people do whatever they want, was making her very popular with her people.
I've been with Cass since pretty much the beginning, and she's established a democracy, a true one.
Really focused on like letting everybody do their thing.
But at the same time, the lack of any regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city, basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry. What's going on here?
He said he's gonna demolish my house because it's not up to building code.
Because it's not up to code.
So then, citizens took matters into their own hands. What? No. Anyway, on day 3, the biggest nations on Island 2 were still the Commonwealth, the Cass Coalition, and Tricolor.
I accidentally spilled a little bit of my gamer subs, so that's what y'all been probably hearing. I'm gonna back it up a bit.
I have range and ugly building relations had some unintended.
All right, we're backing it up to right here.
But at the same time, the people.
Wait.
Letting people do whatever they want was
okay. Letting people do whatever you want is cool. However, there has to be some boundaries to what you can do.
Focused on like letting everybody do their
like
thing.
Like boundaries to the extremities.
Regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city, basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry. What's going on here?
He said he's gonna demolish my house because it's not up to building code.
Because it's not up to code.
So then, citizens took matters into their own hands. What? No.
F in chat.
On day 3, the biggest nations on
Bye,
Island 2
pro
were
gamer
still
dude.
the Commonwealth,
It's what power
the Cass
do to you.
Coalition, and Tricolor. Tricolor was a medieval civilization separated into 3 regions, one of them being an underground city. Oh my gosh. This is big.
This is beautiful.
People didn't really know that much about Jofiel and Tricolor because they tended to be more private. Jofiel was more interested in building up Tricolor rather than doing outside diplomacy. But people would still come to Jofiel with all the political news of Island 2.
I am so tired of the politics already.
I've got some news. People are concerned with Aperion trying to colonize them.
Oh my god.
Oh my
This
god.
particular rumor about a group named Aperion colonizing people happened to be false. Aperion was just a small town led by a player named Alkaline, and it was actually the only nation other than Luminara that directly bordered the ocean next to Island 1. That said, the rumor that Island 1 was uniting was true, which got some people worried, especially the two border states. So Jovial invited over all the major leaders and diplomats of Island 2 for an emergency meeting. The only leader who declined was 3 Below Zero because he was busy building the Luminara Bridge. So he sent in his place his second in command, Flux.
Oh.
Flux, what's your plan here?
I don't care what 3 Below Zero says, we need to make sure everyone unites against Island 1.
Good luck, sir. And because this meeting was the most important event yet on Island 2,
That was a bad
invited
idea.
A neutral mediator, someone who could lead the meeting in a fair manner and wasn't a part of any nation.
Cap or Sap.
Saps, where are you going?
Apparently they're making me lead the meeting with all the Island 2 leaders.
You sound very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm not excited. I'm terrified. I'm accidentally gonna cause a war.
Not gonna lie, I would be nervous of accidentally causing a war myself.
Great and mighty Commonwealth are looking forward to a productive conversation.
Thanks,
Okay.
it's great.
So, as the president of Aperion, I'm actually really worried about our town, which is why I'm proposing we all join a defense pact. If one of us gets attacked, all of us are under attack.
Here, here.
I can agree to
Yeah,
that.
I like that. That's good.
That's a good start, but if Island 1 attacks, say, Luminara, well, by the time you can even arrive to defend us, everyone at Luminara will already be dead.
Which is why I think we need to focus our efforts on preventing an attack in the first place.
An attack is inevitable. I'm just saying.
Hold on, Flux. Let Jovial finish.
Island 1 is starving. They're not going to attack us. They have bigger problems. And imagine for a second how quickly we could change their hearts and minds if, instead of treating them as an enemy, we send them aid.
That could work.
I think Joe feels right. We do the defense pact, but we also send aid to Island 1. Basically, we're ready for an attack, but we try our best to prevent it. I'm on board with that.
I can agree to that.
The Commonwealth agrees.
Guys, no, this is ridiculous. Island 1 is literally making propaganda saying death to Island 2. They're jealous that we live in a paradise, and they're gonna invade us no matter what. And you wanna send aid to them? Guess what? They're gonna take whatever you send them, food, armor, weapons, and they're gonna use all of that against us.
He might have a point.
Hold on. Island 1 isn't evil. They're not savages. They just need help.
You cannot be this naive.
Well, there's a guy under the table. There's a guy under the table.
Everyone is super on edge. They're worried about traps.
Guys, Island 1 is united. They have hundreds of people all aligned in the same goal, to kill us and take our resources. If they decide to attack any single one of our nations, it'll be easy. All they'll need to do is walk ahead, which is why we need to either merge all of our nations right now. We all choose a spot and combine into one civilization. Either that, or we attack Island 1 first.
Whoa.
Are you crazy?
This is ridiculous.
What's crazy, Jovial, is you leading all of us.
What I tell you guys, my foreshadowing skills are immaculate. Island 1, yes, desolate land, wants to attack Island 2 because they are jealous of what they have. However, I do agree with the fact of sending aid to them. If they send aid to Island 1 may not hate Island 2 anymore and may never be jealous because they are getting the things that they need. It's actual trading. So how about this? I know Island 2 is rich in a lot of things. However, Island 2 may lack in at least one thing or two things that Island 1 thrives in. Which, as of right now, unity is one thing that Island 1 thrives in compared to Island 2. Right. Also, skilled fighters. Island 1 thrives with. Island 2, it just seems like they're all just, like, building stuff. They're a bunch more construction side. and not really that trained. Island 1 definitely has some of the best fights. Okay? Right. Then, where was I at? Sends aid. Okay, so Island 2 sends aid. Island 1 will accept. I don't think Island 1 will attack. Because they could, because of the lack of stuff from that Island 1 has, Island 2 can provide. And then Island 1, okay, that's where I was at. Island 1 can give whatever they have that Island 2 doesn't as a return. So it's like an actual export-import type of thing. So there, that can create peace, right? Just from that. But then you got people such as Flux. Like Flux. Who is very skeptical, very how is it? I forgot who created the term, but you know how like people like there's someone who created the idea that people are born inherently evil. Flux is that type of person. Thinks that Island 1 is inherently evil. And no matter what Island 2 does to try to be on Island 1's good side, Island 1 will still attack. I don't think so. I personally don't agree with that type of mentality. I think it's all based on your surroundings and how you were brought up. And it seems like even though it is a harsh environment, Island 1 has a great grasp of kindness and unity and being able to work together. Island 2, yes, is rich in a bunch of resources, but they really do struggle. And it's only, 3-4 days already? They really struggle on creating like balance and happiness and being able to work together. Why did I freeze again? But yes, they struggle on that. They struggle on the aspect of there we go. All right, yes. They struggle on the aspect of being able to work together and not like, I mean, Commonwealth already down in the dumps. So, all right, let's get back to the video. Sorry for the yapping.
We can't do that.
If we don't do this, it's the end of Island 2.
We can't do that. That's crazy.
What is happening?
All right, everyone, we can't fight. Let's just vote. All in favor of Flux's plan to treat Island 1 as an enemy, say aye.
Aye.
Flux is outvoted.
All in favor of sending aid to Island
1. Dude, this is so cinematic. That was only day 3. Okay, I can already tell that Flux is going to try to stage a coup. I can already tell.
Meanwhile, at West Helm, I ran into something interesting.
Our next song is called Island 1.
Oh my god. So you remember this guy?
The Ballad of Emperor Spoon.
Well, he had joined a band that produced actual songs and then performed them all across Island 1.
That's actually sick. I love Island 1.
A boiling water sea. Let's go. And no resources to speak of. Except a water tree.
Let's go! Everyone loved the Island 1 band, including Emperor Spoon, who found that the music bolstered the morale of his citizens. He believed that a happy citizen is a productive citizen.
That is true.
West Helm took us in and gave us a little home.
Even though Emperor Spood was a chaotic figure, Westhelm itself was the opposite. It had an army, a storage system, and a hierarchy, from emperor all the way down to citizen or plebeian.
Plebeian.
Of course, there was the Colosseum, which when finished will play a major role in Westhelm's justice system. That said, Emperor Spood was not happy.
When it comes down to like penalties such as death sentences and stuff like that, I do kind of like the barbaric type of justice when it comes down to like Colosseum fighting. However, the justice system better be truly just, and people better not be getting falsely accused of things, putting themselves in. I mean, it's going to happen. It always happens. People get falsely accused. The wrong person is sentenced when it wasn't them, it was someone else. And that's also a false accusation where you accuse someone else of someone else's wrongdoing. However, the Colosseum is one of my favorite things. I liked watching. I really enjoyed watching Greek mythology of their Colosseums. Yeah, or reading about it as well. So yeah.
When he heard that
the gladiators.
Benji and the other leaders had been talking poorly about him.
Okay, we need a better representative.
Our final goal is to put Benji Button in here. No, that is a joke. That is a joke.
You don't want Benji to die, do you?
Well, I mean...
Benji and the other leaders were concerned that Emperor Spood is unstable and may one day.
What did I tell you guys? Spood definitely
and their concerns
has
grew when Spood was caught listening to
ulterior motives, underlying ulterior motives.
They also knew that if Island 2 were to ever attack, they needed Spood on their side, so they didn't know what to do.
Well, here we are. I just want to say, thank you, Spood, for all your support.
You're welcome. I'm the best.
Glory to Westhelm.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Seneca, the Queen of Infernus, had decided to begin building a massive castle for her people. A beautiful home base that would hover directly over the volcano.
That is sick.
Yesterday at the Island 1 meeting, a lot of leaders expressed worries about...
Not gonna lie, that just reminded me of the fire giant, like being able to enter the fire giant area in Elden Ring. When you're crossing the, like those chains to get across to where the fire giant is, that's exactly what that castle area just reminded me of.
Rumors that the volcano may erupt, and they talked about how they would each take different precautions. Everyone believed that the volcano was dangerous, except for Seneca, who had decided to take the opposite approach.
It's all just paranoia. If we really value the volcano, we need to have faith it won't erupt.
The main goal of Infernus as a civilization was to preserve the sacred land of the volcano. So what better way to show faith and demonstrate loyalty than to make your home right above it?
That would be a sick area to live. However, it would always be in the back of my mind that I'm about to die while I'm asleep.
Under the ground, like a Goombas.
Lingolini's main goal was to get rich, and having direct access to iron and gold was one reason for him and the Mafia to live there. But it wasn't the main reason. Remember this interaction from day one?
Oh, yes, can we tell you a little secret? We found some netherite.
Oh, really? Scattered throughout the volcano were pieces of
What is netherite?
The rarest and most powerful mineral in all of Minecraft.
Okay.
Not even Island 2 had netherite. It was the single secret advantage that Island 1 had. And the only ones who knew about it were the Lingolini Mafia and Infernus. Now, even though Infernus didn't exactly like how Lingolini was desecrating what they consider to be sacred land, they made a deal with him. The Mafia can keep mining so long as they provide Infernus with some of the minerals they find. But Lingolini was unsatisfied.
They want to use us. They want cheap labor. I'm not giving them anything.
Lingolini didn't like how Infernus was basically forcing the Mafia to mine for them with nothing in return.
Question, wasn't the Mafia there first? So the Mafia being there first, Seneca's group, the Infernus, can kick rocks. I get that the stronger power always wins and can take control. That's how it's always been in actual society. Whoever can win gets it all, right? But no, Lingolini's group, the Mafia, was definitely there first. And they found the netherite. No way in hell am I giving Seneca any bit of what I found right there.
So he secretly instructed everyone in the Mafia not to give Infernus anything. Lingolini's hope was that Infernus never asks for those minerals and forgets about the deal entirely. Otherwise, he would be in a lot of trouble. That said, despite this conflict, the rest of the Island 1 unification effort was going very well. Earlier today, Lingolini had decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance.
Oh, joining the Blue Cross Alliance.
The Alcaracina pirates were also eager to join, and surprisingly, so was Nevermore. There was only one holdout. This mysterious civilization was called the Covenant, and it was ruled by a dictator named Turntap. How are you elected exactly? By a vote of the people or the vote of yourself?
Elected?
Turntap wasn't sure about joining the Island 1 Alliance because the people of the Covenant were generally skeptical of outsiders. They only took pride in their own nation, especially in their army, which was composed of really good PvPers who weren't above using torture to get their way. Are they drowning this guy?
He's gonna die.
Now, I felt a little bad for this player, so I threatened the Covenant. Covenant uses water torture. I'm reporting this to Sidefall News.
No, don't go to Sidefall.
So I went to the local news reporter. Sidefall, I have a story for you. I just caught the Covenant waterboarding one of their own people.
Oh. Well, I'm paid off by them, so I don't really care.
What?
It's free money.
You know what?
It's called a business for a reason. It's not for profit. Okay.
Sidefall ran a news business with questionable ethics. He was also known for making up fake stories, writing things like, "The lava is rising," just to sell more papers. That said, earlier today, he made a legitimate discovery that could devastate the entire island. Island 1 had a lot of known dangers, from the lava layer to the boiling water to the powdered snow. But there was one last danger that nobody knew about until now.
What is this? Is that zombies?
Meanwhile, the people of Island 2 had spent the day building their civilizations and having a good time. Yesterday, their leaders had voted that whenever the border drops, Island 2 would send aid to Island 1, hoping this gesture would lead to peace. But not everyone agreed with this approach.
The end of Island 2.
When Flux returned home to Luminara, 3 Below Zero was furious at Flux for causing chaos at the meeting and for going against Luminara's values. 3 Below Zero, as the leader of Luminara, was actually heavily in favor of sending aid to Island 1. The whole point of the Luminara Bridge was to make peace with Island 1, not to start a war. As a result, 3 Below Zero demoted Flux from his position as second in command.
Good, he deserved it. That's deserving.
I spoke with Legacy, a citizen of Luminara.
Yeah, Flux has been gone all day. People here don't really like him anymore.
Flux and his crew had spent the day building a secret bunker under the ocean, a place for them to hide if Island 1 attacks. And then Flux spent the rest of the day helping his best friend, Saps, finish building his home.
Despite all the chaos, Sap still reached out to me after I was demoted.
Mr. Mediator, what a good friend.
Flux over here can be a little unpredictable, but he's my friend, and I know he genuinely wants the best for us.
Even though Flux was much more ambitious than Saps, these two had become very good friends.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Loaded.
But just as day 4 was about to come to a peaceful
Dude, I love this
end,
video.
something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever.
Okay, not only do I love this idea, right, of the whole civilization. The storytelling of Ish is actually phenomenal. I'm loving this storytelling. His emphasis, his suspense, I don't know how else to. He's just a great storyteller in all this.
Jofiel, the leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations, was walking across Tricolor with her second in command, Seraphim.
Seraphim! What are you doing?
No.
What? No way.
No.
The second in command of Tricolor had just killed their own leader. And immediately, all of Island 2 went on lockdown.
What? Wait, what?
I told you guys, Island 2 is
confused about what caused this to
Yeah, I would rather live on Island 1.
Why? After Seraphim fled, Tricolor was in complete disarray.
That's our leader.
Back at Saps' place, Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders. So, for the sake of the island, Saps agreed to host a meeting tomorrow. But for now,
I went and hosted at my place.
Others headed to Tricolor to help them restore order.
Why did Seraphim do that? Huh? What? Whoa. Yo, I'm in shock. Not Jofiel.
Now,
Jofiel seemed like one of the better leaders.
Place that would face tragedy. Oh, what? The leader of the Alcaracina pirates, Noble Bucket, died very suddenly. All right, they sent me the footage of what happened. Oh no. He doesn't know the lava layer's there.
Oh! No. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. I think I'm...
Oh my god.
With world leaders dying left and right, the media had plenty to report on. The most trusted news company was from Elysium, called Daybreak Media.
We're number one because we actually report the truth.
Daybreak.
That bozo sidefall.
And later into day 5, the news would get even crazier. For purposes of unity, the Covenant had finally decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance, thus successfully uniting the entirety of Island 1. But right away, the strength of this alliance would be tested.
Oh, the
Earlier,
eruption.
A citizen of Infernus had accidentally told someone outside of Infernus that there was netherite in the volcano. And this news spread all across the island.
Wait, it told who?
There was netherite. Infernus had accidentally told someone outside of Infernus that there was netherite in the volcano. And this news spread all across the island. This was a disaster for Infernus and the Linguolini Mafia, who had been trying to keep the existence of netherites to themselves. Immediately after hearing about the netherite, the Covenant sent a mining expedition into the volcano without telling Infernus. And lo and behold, they confirmed there was netherite. Because the Covenant had a scary reputation and a ruthless army, Queen Seneca of Infernus felt it was in her best interest to allow the Covenant to mine. But when other nations like Westhelm started asking if they too could mine in the volcano, Seneca said no.
People are saying we're being selfish. They're the ones being selfish, trying to take our resources.
Listen, Island 2 is rich. We are not. Now, with netherite, we actually have a chance of evening the playing field. But the volcano people...
What can you do with netherite? I want to know. Put in the comments what you could do with netherite, because I have no idea what you can do with it. I've never played Minecraft.
are hogging it.
Before any fighting could break out, the Blue Cross quickly reached out to all the leaders and told them to put this issue
Or
on
Noble
hold.
Bucket.
We're inviting everyone here tomorrow, so we can all talk this through peacefully. We're Island 1. We cannot afford to have a war over some mineral.
Meanwhile, Island 2 was still processing the death of Jofiel.
Even though I was just a farmer, you know, you still made me feel important.
Saps would invite all the leaders for a meeting later so they
They
could
actually
coordinate
did
hunt
a
for
funeral
Seraphim and
service.
discuss their plans for when the border inevitably
That's so
drops.
sad.
Now, after Jofiel's death, Tricolor had lost a lot of its power, which left the island with really one dominant nation, the Commonwealth. But remember from day 3 how the 5 Commonwealth leaders were in constant fights with each other?
It is ridiculous that Ahmed's vote is worth the same as mine.
Well, this all came to a head on day 5 when one of the leaders was caught plotting to take control of the entire Commonwealth. So, another Commonwealth leader then paid an assassin to, well... Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wolfram's dead.
What? We just witnessed murder!
After this, people from the Commonwealth lost even more.
Okay, you're not a real assassin if you don't know how to do it without getting caught. You got to make it look like an accident. If it announces your name that you are the one to kill them, you have to set up a trap and make it where it seems like, oh, it was just an accidental thing, you know? However, they did not.
Faith in their governments.
That actually just makes it harder because now they know exactly who did it. They go question the person. They announce who that person rats out, who paid them off. And then now it starts even more. It's a trickle down.
Citizen went to the Caste Coalition to complain to Caste directly.
I got information that there might be netherite on the other islands. My leadership said, quote, netherite is useless.
Netherite is, of course, not useless. I think that's a foolish statement.
As the Commonwealth erupted, the Caste Coalition thrived. But they did have their own problems. Is this your employee?
Yes, he is.
That implies I get paid.
Is he not getting paid?
Skip out on work.
You hear this woman?
Earlier, What Daddy had ditched work to attend a party in Barbie Land. So as punishment, his employers forced him to risk his life and chop down one of the tallest trees in the Caste Coalition. He's asking for help.
You have to yell louder. I can't hear you.
You're so far up.
You have to get closer to the ground.
Oh! What the? Now, because of this recent tragedy, Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader was now on their way. As the leaders and representatives arrived, there was one person who would be notably absent, banned from attending the meeting.
Flux.
Before the meeting started, Flux called me to his underground bunker because he had something, quotes, important to tell me. Flux, what are you gonna do?
Well, first, let me just explain. I'm not allowed to attend this meeting because the leaders of this island are utterly incompetent. They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. And their response is, let's give Island 1 more gear. It's completely brainless, and it's going to result in all of our people dying.
So, you got a plan?
I had a plan, but nobody listened. They all voted against it. Look, we can still save this island, but the current leadership has to go.
What do you mean, has to go?
Has to go. Removed. And I'm done waiting. It's gonna happen today.
Leaders, welcome.
Don't kill Sap though.
Thank you all for coming. We have a lot of very important stuff to talk about.
You know, during the first meeting, there was one person there who actually understood what I was saying. Seraphim reached out to me, asked me if they could help in any way. I told Seraphim to kill Jofield.
What?
And today, we will finish the job!
Wait, so Seraphim gets there. What actually happens next?
Something I didn't want to do, but something that needs to be done. I'm going to save this island by any means necessary.
When he helped finish building, did he put TNT there?
You agree with full chaos on Seraphim, please say aye.
Aye. Are you sure this is gonna work?
I don't know, but we have no other choice.
Alright, so I have something to say. Is there a possibility, any possibility, that the assassination of Wolfram and the assassination of Jofield by Seraphim is any way connected? Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that leaders are not safe.
Flux, do you feel any guilt doing all this?
Well, part of me feels bad for Saps.
No, not Sap.
What do you mean you
Not
feel bad
Sap.
for Saps?
He has no idea what's about to happen to him. But if you had to betray one person
To save many.
to save 1,000, would you?
That is such a dark and deep question. Would you, if you had to kill or betray one person to save many, would you? That is such a hard statement, especially considering that one person being your best friend. Would you do it?
What just happened? What happened?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Oh my god!
Why is there a trap?
Is this all a setup? Saps, look, where's Saps? Where did he go? Did Saps do this? Wait, Saps? We have to find him.
Hunt him down! Kill him! Kill Zach! Zach, where are you? Zach!
Poor Saps. He just wanted to be alone. I want to play Minecraft now. Ooh, if you guys know of any good servers to join, that would be really good for a beginner or anything like that. Put that in the comments below. Also, again, don't forget to put in the comments what you guys think would be a great way to start.
It was a new day, and Island 2 was in shock. On day 4, when Saps was in Tricolor helping the people after the death of Jofield, Flux and his crew had built a trap in his roof. And Saps did not know they had done this. He had been framed by his friend Flux, used as a scapegoat for Flux's plan. But because they had to rush to build the trap, it actually wasn't fully successful. Some of the dripstone, including the one meant for 3 Below Zero, had failed. But overall, the trap still killed the leader of Aperion, Alkaline Alk, a leader of the Commonwealth, Coraline, and 4 other very high-ranking officials from across the island.
Oh.
The people of Island 2 were devastated, confused, and angry.
Our leader's dead.
What just happened? After the trap went off, Seraphim was immediately caught and killed. Oh!
War the Tricolor.
But when more people found out about how exactly their leaders died, their anger wasn't really towards Seraphim, but toward the person they believed was behind it all, Saps. And it made sense. Saps knew he'd be hosting leaders at his home. It was his roof that had a secret trap. A trap that happened to fit perfectly into the design of the roof. Saps was about as guilty as it was possible to be. With that, all the major Island 2 nations, from the Commonwealth to the Caste Coalition to Tricolor to Luminara, declared Saps to be hunted down and killed, while
No!
Flux got away with it all.
Pardon my French. Fuck you, Flux! Sap is innocent.
If you had to betray one person to save thousands, would you?
And on top of all of this, at the beginning of day 6, it was announced that tomorrow, on day 7, the border between the 2 islands will finally fall.
And they're almost finished with the first half of the bridge.
One day to prepare.
Island 1 is still definitely more unified than Island 2. Even though the whole news about the netherite.
Saw the chaos happening on the other island, most just didn't really care about it. A lot of the hatred against Island 2 that was popular in the early days had faded away. That is, except for this player named Oppenheimer, who was determined to take out Barbie Land because
Makes sense. Makes sense that someone named Oppenheimer.
in 2023, the Barbie movie had outsold the Oppenheimer movie.
I'm building a nuclear rocket that will make yesterday's chaos look like child's play.
But when Oppenheimer tried testing his nuke, it went up and up and up and was never seen again. Now, day 6 did present some new challenges for some of the civilizations. For example, at Nevermore, what is this? What are you doing up here?
I got voted out because they hate me.
No! Come on! No, jump! What about me? I can shoot. No!
Oh! What? I didn't do anything.
I play Mish.
Meanwhile, at Elysium,
I hate being a leader. Everyone here is so stubborn.
Benji was having trouble getting laws passed because his people kept opposing any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle. The people of Elysium were generally skeptical of government officials, sometimes even holding trials against them. Although this particular trial did not go to plan.
Guys, somebody stole Gerald. The mushroom cow, Gerald, has been stolen.
Let's go.
Justice for Gerald.
There they all go. Meanwhile, at West Helm, there was a bit of a food problem going on. Not a shortage, a feud. See, Remy the Rat had opened up a new restaurant right across from the Coliseum, but the food was questionable.
Is poison fatal?
So his customers had instead started buying their food from another player named Dinosaur. That is, until...
Oh my god,
Dino. What is he? Permanently closed. All food is now at... Remy, are you behind the murder of Dinosaur?
The pot keeps getting stirred. I can't wait.
Anyway,
this is
on
so
day 6,
good.
The West Helm Coliseum was finally complete. Yeah! What do you plan on using this arena for?
Do I actually have to say legally?
No?
Maybe a little bit of blood will be shed, and that's all I can say.
While Spood was a popular leader who got things done, he had also developed a reputation of being a little unstable. He said outlandish things, he can't stand meetings, and his justice system wasn't by courthouse, but by combat. This is something Spood's first attempted assassin, Ramsayer, tried to prevent. It's why he tried to kill Spood, and he wouldn't be the only one. There has been a small but coordinated secret revolution growing in West Helm with aims to overthrow and murder Spood. The two leading figures are West Helm citizen Ramsay Pi and West Helm's head builder, Knight Arcturus.
You know, I helped design his Coliseum, not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah.
Wait. Question. So this model right here, this character, one sec, let me unzoom. This character right here reminds me of an anime character, and I can't remember what anime that it's from. If you guys know what anime it is and want to remind me of that said anime, it's the character is kind of like, how should I put it? Very how should I put it? Damn, I can't think of how I should put it. Very outgoing. Okay, we're just gonna say very extrovert, like very outgoing and stuff. Blonde mustache, really dope blonde mustache, and I think just like a small little bit of hair on top of his head. Okay, back to the film. This is a movie.
Coliseum, not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah.
Second command down. But Ramsay Pie was immediately chased down by Westhelm's army.
You could have made something happen, man.
Oh.
Oh.
With Ramsay Pie dead, Knight Arcturus became the sole leader of the revolution.
3 people.
But he also knew
all it takes is one.
Only a matter of time before Spood finds out about his plans.
I want to make one thing clear. Anybody who is caught plotting against me will be executed. In the name of Westhelm! Glory to Westhelm! Glory to Westhelm! Glory to Westhelm!
As of right now, the only good thing about Westhelm is the music and the gladiator pit, but everyone else is against that, and I understand. I could see why. It is definitely not the greatest way, but it is the most entertaining way.
Now, before the border drops, the Island 1 leaders all met to discuss what to do about the Netherites in the volcano. Going into the meeting, people were not happy with Infernus and the Linguini Mafia, who were believed to be keeping Netherite to themselves.
Please keep all your weapons holstered at all times unless you absolutely have to take them.
The meeting began with Westhelm's representative and Spood's newly appointed second-in-command, Spider.
We asked if you had netherite, and you lied. You said there was no netherite, that you had looked in it, and that you hadn't found any.
Because people were immediately starting to gang up on Infernus, Benji from Elysium tried to keep the peace.
Why is it Infernus's job to report on the netherite? There were people literally going into their territory, mine without authorization, and then accuse them of doing something wrong.
After some more discussion, Infernus was asked the big question.
Will you open up rights to mining underneath the volcano?
It is still our land. It is still the place where we live. And of course,
it is Lingolini's land. It is not your land. It is Lingolini's and the mafia.
Trade, things like trade are important, but in terms of opening up the volcano, it is an adamant no.
Ooh. I agree. Oh, wow. Now,
He's Somali at
Lingolini's
time.
biggest ally was about to speak, but what he ended up saying was unexpected.
We have to humbly disagree with Infernus of not allowing anyone else to mine in the volcano. This is Island 1. We're all struggling against the nature and everything like that. Shouldn't we all be allowed to mine wherever we please?
No way.
Let's go.
Yes. Hell yes. Preach.
Soon, people started offering deals to Infernus.
I believe we'd be open to give you resources since it is your land.
But Seneca still said no.
The volcano is still our sacred land. We don't want hundreds of people there mining and ravaging it.
As a result, Lingolini went even further.
On the day 1, Mario was here first on the volcano, and we're able to mine there, but it's not fair that no one else can mine. While your queen is over there with the diamond boots, some people don't even have any armor.
Eventually, people started using scare tactics.
That volcano is insanely active right now. It will most likely erupt within the next few days.
I doubt it.
No,
that's sci-fi propaganda.
That's propaganda.
And so, after even more discussion, Westhelm made a final plea.
We have a representative from every single nation on this island. You have an opportunity here to unite us all, or you have an opportunity to totally destroy that unitedness.
I hate how he said unitedness instead of unity, but hey, he's spitting. Other than that,
wouldn't budge.
For now, it's a no.
So, Lingolini made a big announcement.
Mario has a large chunk of territory in the volcano. The Linguini family declares independence from Infernus, and we will open mining to anybody who wants to mine.
good choice, Linguini.
Seneca's leaving? Seneca had left the meeting, furious at Lingolini's betrayal.
Lingolini didn't betray her; she betrayed him.
I wish we had a better outcome, but this meeting's adjourned.
She betrayed him, aren't we? Aren't we? Didn't she?
Dude, what just happened? Every leader in front of me just died.
And you had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't me. Someone was in the roof. I'm getting framed-ish.
Following yesterday's trap, Saps was on the run, as he was now the most wanted and notorious criminal on Island 2.
I'm screwed. What am I supposed to do?
He had no choice but to hide amongst the dense jungles and swamps of the southern island. But he also knew that the longer he hid, the more guilty he looked. So earlier, he had decided that he would turn himself in under the condition that he is given a fair trial. Flux, meanwhile, was satisfied with the success of his plan, but it wasn't over quite yet.
We got 2 leaders left to kill. Call me Cass, and of course, the guy who demoted me.
And because Seraphim was dead, Flux sent another member of his crew to take care of the job. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. To the world, this looked like yet another senseless assassination. But to Flux, it was
not
a
3 Below
strategic
0. All he
progression,
wanted was
making the people
bees.
of Island 2 paranoid. So
I think 3 Below 0 was the kindest of all the leaders.
Island 1. In fact, the new leadership of Tricolor was already preparing for Island 1 to invade.
I think we should secure our nation, make sure we have plans when inevitable war and fighting starts.
Honestly,
Island 1 was
I feel like had the whole meeting not happened and all the leaders not dying, Island 1 probably would not have invaded. However, with all of them dying and everything being strung into chaos, Island 1 will definitely see the weakness and go after the weakness. There's no chance of peace as of right now. Unless something else happens, there's no chance of peace. No chance.
Off the table, and the construction of the Luminara Bridge had come to a stop. After all these days, Flux's plan was finally working. Now, the Cass Coalition, meanwhile, hosted a diplomatic meeting on Day 6 to try and increase the morale of Island 2 before the border drops, although Cass herself was too scared to attend the meeting.
And I want to enter, but my members are telling me not to because there was an attempt on my life yesterday.
Right. Because Cass was one of the last remaining major leaders on Island 2, she now had guards with her at all times.
Here, I'll trade you armor.
Why?
I want to make sure you guys do not die. Please don't die.
That said, everyone would soon be tuning into the trial of Saporada to find out whether Saps will be freed or executed. Several nations argued over who would get to host the trial, but the Commonwealth ended up winning.
We've made this beautiful venue to show the world that the Commonwealth is still the strongest.
I like that. Oh. It reminds me of like Mount Olympus, dude. What?
Why is it up here? They're moving the warden up. No. No, they're not.
Wait, can you come over?
Wait, what did they do? What is that?
They're moving the warden up. Why is it up here? They're moving the warden up. No. No, they're not.
Wait, can you come over?
the surface.
What is that? I heard it's called the Warden, but what is the Warden? It's a warden tree, so I'm assuming the Warden is probably like a inhabitant of the tree.
Rising lava? So remember that discovery that Sidefall made? Well, it was a warden, also known as the most dangerous creature in all of Minecraft. Sidefall had then renamed the warden to Rising Lava, so that when he was accidentally killed by it, the entirety of Island 1 went into a panic. The lava is not rising, but this is just as dangerous.
Sidefall just did one of the most genius things, even though it's definitely for his propaganda. He just created chaos about the volcano. And now, ooh, both islands are going up into hell right now. I love it. Even though I wanted to see peace.
The warden had been unleashed onto Island 1, going from place to place, terrorizing civilizations. Oh my god. Dude, how is anyone gonna stop this? Until eventually it got to West Helm. But the West Helm army was ready.
I love the music. That band is actually really good. Reminds me. Okay, so I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all are old enough or remember, but Marilyn Manson. Don't get Marilyn Manson confused with Charles Manson. But Marilyn Manson, this is the type of music it reminds me of. This reminds me of Marilyn Manson's music. Like the vocals, how they decided to alter the vocals reminds me a little bit of Marilyn Manson. With of course, it being more of rock style.
Oh my gosh.
Gangsta Ant.
Welcome to West Helm.
Bro, how do you kill a warden? Oh, I had that. We're gonna back this up. Y'all got to see this cinematic masterpiece. Also, the way they're doing this reminds me. Y'all remember the old movies, Triple X, the Vin Diesel movies? That's what this reminds me of as well.
Welcome to West Helm.
The defendant, Saporata, is accused of 7 counts of murder, including the murder of Joe Field, the murder of Alkaline Elk, and the murder of our very own Coraline. I will hear the prosecution's argument, followed by the defense, and then I shall make my ruling.
Okay, guys, I feel really unsafe for how
Prosecution, go ahead.
The you suck.
Your Honor. Saps constructed a meeting hall which contained the deadly trap, pointed at everybody but himself. As a prelude for the meeting, he had his accomplice, Seraphim, assassinate his leader before running to the trigger, ready to pull the trap. He then fled the scene after the trap went off, just long enough after faking his surprise. He is not only a cold-blooded murderer, but a terrorist.
The prosecution then called a survivor of the trap, Zekor, to the stand.
We know after investigating that only one seat had no trap. Can you identify who was sitting in that seat?
It was Saparada.
And who built the meeting hall with that seat?
It was Saps. You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island. May your death today satisfy us all.
Then it was time for the defense, for Saps to give the most important speech of his life.
I can't wait to hear this.
All I ever wanted for this island was peace and cooperation between the nations. The loss at the meeting yesterday was extremely devastating and came out of nowhere. But I can tell you right now, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area.
He's gonna expose them.
And we're the only people who knew about the area before the leadership meeting. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200.
What?
Gotoga, Hive Rotation, Snowbird 334, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Hold on.
When I left to gather the leaders for the meeting, they must have snuck into the roof of the meeting to make the trap. The people who I thought I can trust the most used me for their malicious intent and killed the leaders and blamed it on me.
Saps had figured out he was betrayed and framed by his friend Flux, but he would end up making a critical mistake.
I find it rather interesting that Three Below, the leader of Luminara, is one of the only people who survived the trap. I find that rather interesting.
What about it?
The trap too.
Well, Saps falsely assumed that 3 Below Zero, the beloved leader of Luminara, was also behind the murders. And
Didn't
with that
3
mistake,
Below
Saps
Zero
turned
also get taken out?
everyone against him.
Saps, is that all you have to say?
I guess.
All right, I'm ready to make my decision. Judge Timebomb, find Saparada.
Guilty. Because he mentioned.
Guilty on all counts. Saps is to be taken to the top of the gauntlet and executed immediately.
Oh, that's it.
Saps, run. Saps, run. What is this cinematic masterpiece, dude?
Wait, is he running? No way. No way.
Dude, Saps is insanely good at this. His movement is insane.
Fall damage.
Where'd he go? Bodyguard. He escaped, man.
Let's go, Saps!
You gotta be kidding me. No!
Justice for Saps. Justice for Saps.
You killed our leaders. You
Justice.
destroyed our island.
Justice for Saps. Justice.
Why did you do this?
Oh, is Saps gonna go join Island 1? What if he joined Island 1? I feel like he could. I feel like he could. I feel like he should. Damn, Island 1 really has a lot of deaths. Just from natural causes.
Shouldn't it be dropping soon?
Yeah, I think so.
It was day 7, which means the border had officially dropped. At first, people were kind of in awe.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
Going from one island to another after all this time was a major culture shock.
Is this Island 1? Whoa.
And as expected, Island 1 people immediately started taking resources from Island 2. They're taking the sheep. But the flow of resources wasn't all in one direction.
Probably gonna take some gravel back to Island 2. We don't have a lot of it.
Still, as people from the 2 islands started meeting for the first time, they were surprisingly friendly to each other. Like these two who made a tunnel connecting the islands from underground.
This is amazing! We've linked Island 1 and Island 2.
For the longest time,
That's a dope
Island
connection.
2 feared an invasion by Island 1. But on day 7, that fear completely disappeared. It became very clear that Island 1 had no interest in war. Instead, they were just happy that they could finally enjoy Island 2 for themselves.
Except for Oppenheimer.
The water isn't boiling.
That said, at the beginning of day 7, Lingolini made a big decision. He had decided to move out of the volcano and relocate his entire mafia to Island 2.
See, this is much more organized than Island 1.
After yesterday's Netherite meeting, which got a little heated, Lingolini had legitimate fears that Infernus might seek revenge against him. So, hoping to live a more peaceful life, Lingolini went far away and settled in the Caste Coalition.
You see...
So you're the leader of a mafia, I've heard?
Yes, we are, but we might do some rebranding over here.
Are you guys like violent?
We weren't violent much, but we have done some political talk that has not been taken well, which is the reason why we're here.
Sensing potential danger, Cass decided it was best for Lingolini to set up his home outside the Cass Coalition. That said, the Cass Coalition was now bigger than ever before. On day 7, Cass hosted a funeral for the deceased Wood Daddy, and over 100 people.
Deceased Wood Daddy, which she caused the death of.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness in our community.
No, Wood Daddy.
While Cass's influence grew, the Commonwealth was in shambles.
Good.
Saps' trial yesterday was a disaster for the Commonwealth. Island 2 had entrusted the Commonwealth to run the trial of Saps. So when Saps escaped his execution, people lost all faith in the Commonwealth, which at one point was the most powerful civilization in the world. On day 7, most of the Commonwealth leaders resigned, leaving just one player, Sitzkrieg, as the sole ruler of the Commonwealth.
We're actively searching for Saps right now. We will restore honor to the Commonwealth.
One of Sitzkrieg's biggest goals was to find and kill Saps, but his other big goal was to regrow the Commonwealth's population, which by this point had shrunk by a lot. So he sent out a lot of public invites, especially to the people of Island 1, and it actually did work, until... one of the people who moved in was Knight Arcturus, the lead builder of Westhelm, who had to flee from Westhelm because Spood had found out about his secret plans for revolution.
Oh ho ho ho.
Yeah, the Commonwealth is letting us hide out here. So as long as Spood doesn't find us, we should be okay.
Speaking of fugitives, the world's biggest fugitive, Saps, was back to hiding in the jungle after miraculously escaping from his trial, although his spirits were quickly fading.
Everyone thinks I'm a murderer. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Saps knew that Sitzkrieg and the Commonwealth soon planned to scout the entire southern islands to hunt him down. So on day 7, Saps decided that his best bet was to leave his home island and flee to Island 1.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be so easy. Because the border had just dropped, people were constantly going back and forth between the 2 islands, which means traveling by sea could be dangerous. So Saps decided on another method of travel. He went to the place where he was least expected.
Island 1.
Now, instead of chasing Saps, the Luminara builders instead retreated to inform everyone else that Saps was on his way to Island 1. Saps, meanwhile, quickly sailed the rest of the way to the other island, although what happened next was unexpected.
Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. You scared the crap out of me. Am I allowed to touch this water? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, it's good here. On the south side of the island, it's safe.
It turns out earlier, Saps had reached out to a bunch of people on Island 1, offering them 2 stacks of diamonds if they give him a safe place to hide. And out of all people to accept his offer, it was Turntap, the leader of the Covenant.
This is the Covenant?
Militaristic civilization on Island 1.
The Covenant would be the one I would go to.
I ran across the giant bridge that Luminara is building, and like all of Luminara was there.
When Saps and Turntap finally arrived at the Covenant, Turntap immediately distributed Saps' diamonds to the Covenant army. But then, in a surprising move, he sent them out on a secret mission. Turntap had sent the Covenant hit squad to Island 2, but not to accomplish a goal for the Covenant per se, but actually upon the request of Infernus.
No, not Legolini!
Betrayed us, humiliated us. He ruined our sacred land.
Yesterday, Lingolini had opened up the volcano for netherite mining, and as such, people from all across Island 1 had started mining in the volcano. And even though Lingolini had now moved out of the volcano, Sinica felt that since people were already mining, she had no choice but to let them stay. She was not happy about what Lingolini had done, and Sinica wanted revenge. Oh! They're killing the entire mafia.
Another one down, baby!
Oh my god. Now, the reason the Covenant was willing to do Sinica's bidding wasn't just because she let them mine for netherite before anyone else, but because as a civilization that values honor and loyalty, the Covenant didn't appreciate how Lingolini so publicly betrayed Infernus. They found him.
Hey, you ever thought about diplomacy?
We could have had Island 1 at peace and world peace, and we still can, really.
Oh, here they go.
But over my grave, he will not be a part of it.
Oh, they've got him. They've got him.
Mamma mia.
No. No.
The Covenant had massacred the Lingolini Mafia. Before anyone could retaliate, the Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing, calling on the Covenant to explain what they had done.
I was Team Lingolini.
Yeah.
To Sinica?
From Island 1.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Earlier today, Flux and his crew had gotten their hands on a super rare armor trim by trading with the Covenant, who had picked up the armor trim from the Warden when it died. Now, of course, Flux had no idea that the Covenant was also trading with and harboring his arch nemesis, Saps. But he did know one thing.
I heard Saps ran to Island 1, so we put out a massive bounty on his head.
Flux was now determined to have Saps killed, because Saps was the only other person in the world who knew that Flux was behind the murders of all the Island 2 leaders. Basically, if Saps dies, Flux gets away with everything. And ideally,
Wait,
the Super
I'm gonna back
2
it up.
leaders. Basically,
read the sign right here. Crime scene. Please refrain from touching anything. They should burn.
if Saps dies, Flux gets away with everything. And ideally, the sooner Saps dies, the better, because of incidents like yesterday.
That includes the prosecution himself and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Fortunately for Flux, it didn't seem like anyone at the trial believed Saps. If anything, Saps' accusation only made people hate him more, especially the people of Luminara, who weren't happy that Saps accused some of their fellow citizens. What do you want to do to Saps?
Kill on sight. We hunted him down the other day. We couldn't find him, but we have speculation of where he is.
After the murder of their beloved leader 3 Below Zero, Luminara soon planned to host an election, and the current frontrunner was a player named Legacy.
Me and my parrot, we've just been going around to different houses, knocking on doors. I think we're gonna win this thing.
For a moment, Flux also considered a run for leader, although he had basically already accomplished everything he wanted to do.
Look, no matter what people say, Island 1 was planning to invade us. They would have just walked right ahead. But now that we have stronger leaders, more cautious leaders, they're not gonna do that. We have world peace. And not because of a bridge, but because of me.
I don't know about that one.
Since the beginning, Flux's philosophy was simple. You can never show kindness to your enemy if your enemy wishes to destroy you. If you build a bridge, they'll use it to invade you. If you offer them aid, they'll use it to kill you. This is why Flux believed it was necessary to eliminate the Island 2 leaders who wished to be kind. But the cost of their deaths was devastating. The people of Tricolor still mourned Joefield, building a massive statue to honor their deceased leader.
That is
We've been trying to focus on restabilizing our nation. Obviously, the passing of Joefield hit us pretty hard.
Meanwhile, the people of Aperion had elected a new leader, but Aperion was never quite the same after the death of Alkaline Elk. The people of the Commonwealth were also in shambles, having a much smaller civilization than they started with. And even though there
I think a smaller nation is better for a Commonwealth right now.
People didn't feel a sense of calm, but instead a sense of unease and revenge. They needed closure, and they were determined to kill the person who they believed murdered the leaders they loved.
Saps.
Saps knew that it was only a matter of time before someone hunts him down, or someone in the Covenant betrays him to collect the massive bounty on his head. So Saps made a last-ditch effort to try and get a strong ally for his cause. He asked Turntap to take him to the largest nation on Island 1.
Such a great
But on
Coliseum.
their way to the West Helm Capitol building, they ran into a citizen of Aperion from Island 2 who recognized Saps.
Oh. Oh, hey.
Is there a problem here?
Neutral ground? Neutral ground.
Uh-oh.
Skating on West Helm territory.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay. We will walk by in peace.
Good call.
Saps and his crew then entered the capital.
Can I speak to the glorious leader of West Helm, please?
Yeah, I'll go grab him.
Hello. The Covenant leaders brought me. Can we have a meeting?
I'm not gonna lie, Saps. You coming to me asking for a meeting after what happened last time, even if it wasn't to do with you.
Listen, I just want to talk.
What about what?
At least explain, because I'm innocent.
Saps, I'm sorry. No.
Ultimately, Spood rejected Saps' request for a meeting
Spood?
because Spood didn't exactly trust
I don't
him
like
and had
Spood.
no real reason to help him. So instead, Saps tried another civilization, the Alcaracina Pirates.
I like that pirate ship. Why not?
when he arrived,
Why not try to
things felt
strengthen,
off.
especially with the Covenant?
You have to drop all your gear. I'm just kidding.
Well, about that. Wherever you think is the safer option. At the end of the day, I don't want any of you guys to get killed for something that I'm being framed for, you know?
But then, suddenly,
Yeah.
Need to leave?
What? Yeah.
Sorry, what?
where's he going? Turntap had realized that the pirates were planning to kill Saps to collect the massive bounty on his head. So he told Saps to run.
What's going on?
1 sec. You gotta go back to Covenant like immediately. We probably shouldn't have come out here.
Now, on their way back to the Covenant, Turntap suddenly started acting suspicious himself.
Are we safe? Is everything fine? What's going on?
We need to go back to Covenant right now.
You need to tell me what's going on, or I'm not coming with you.
Dude, either like you can handle this on your own, or like just. Here, I'll explain to you on a sec. Just come on.
Listen, it's hard to trust people right now, so I'm putting a lot of faith into you.
Please don't turn on
This is
Saps.
so suspicious. As Saps ran, he pondered his choices. Either he puts his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself, or he runs away. Now.
I agree, Saps. Don't trust anyone. Go live on your own like you were planning on.
It's all alone. Saps then climbed the mountains of Island 1, escaping from the last remaining
Go live in the
person he
snowfall
thought
area.
he could trust. He was now all alone in a world of people who hated him and wanted him dead.
Avalanche. Avalanche.
And so he ventured into the snow. And started collecting blocks. Saps, what are you doing?
I can't trust anybody. Flux won. He completely won. There's just no point anymore.
On day 7, Saps built a tower in the...
That reminds me, the way he was building that reminded me of the snow towers from the SpongeBob snowball fight.
tundra, a monument for people to remember him by. And he planned to jump off.
No. No.
But he didn't.
Okay, good.
If
Don't
I
jump
have
off.
to die, I'm gonna make sure he does too.
Is he gonna frame him for something else?
Welcome everyone! Today we have 2 new prisoners who will fight to the death. Linnet, you are charged with the attempted murder of several innocent West Helm farmers. Remy, you are charged with conspiracy to murder West Helm food supplier Dino's Earth. Ready, set, fight!
Oh. Here they go. Look at that swing. Wait, some guy jumped in. The heck?
Wait, did some people try to join in and just kill them?
Look at that swing. Wait, some guy jumped in. The heck?
Remy wins, right? Yeah.
He won. Remy the Rat had won his duel in the Coliseum.
What is that?
All of his crimes, including the murder of dinosaurs, were expunged from his record
Oh.
by Emperor Spood himself. He was now a legend, and his restaurant became more popular than ever before.
He put his head on the floor.
Now, it's been a busy few days
Oh
for
my
Emperor Spood.
God.
He was always working on different things. Have you seen our aqueducts? Show me your aqueducts, Spood.
Look at it behind you! Look at it!
So what's the use of this?
I don't really know. What is the point of anything? We just build. We have too many builders, not enough ideas.
Now, while Spood was an effective leader, he did have to constantly watch his back for assassins.
You know, I've thwarted like 5 assassination attempts, and guess what? I've just found out about another.
No way. Spood's entire reign began with him almost being killed, so he was always extra careful and sensitive about where he went and who he associated with.
I mean,
it's
that's
also why
smart.
Spood was particularly angry when he found out that one of the people who planned to kill him was his own lead builder, Knight Arcturus.
According to some of my sources, Knight Arcturus was seen in the Commonwealth earlier today.
Really? Spood had sent spies across the world to find Knight Arcturus, and when they discovered he was staying at the Commonwealth, Spood immediately reached out to Sitzkrieg to request he be handed back to Westhelm. However, given that the Commonwealth was low on citizens and needed good builders, Sitzkrieg decided to reject Spood's request.
I'm not just going to give up one of my builders. The Commonwealth does not give in to tyrants.
This made Spood erupt with fury.
I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows the Commonwealth is corrupt. They're talking.
And so Spood went around telling...
Okay, so as we're a little over halfway there, we got like about an hour and 2 minutes left, or an hour and a minute and a half left. Okay, so far, who is y'all's favorite nation? I don't know why that just whistled. Who is y'all's favorite nation? Who's y'all's favorite important figure. Who's y'all's favorite just overall person in this? I would have to say Saps. I am Team Saps. Saps is innocent. Justice for my man Saps. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and I also do really like the Covenant. The Covenant is probably my favorite. Yeah.
Everyone about how much he hates the Commonwealth. This whole situation became a massive drama, and it actually got to the point where the rest of Island 2 was getting annoyed with the Commonwealth.
I don't get why the Commonwealth doesn't just hand him over. We don't need a war with West Helm.
Unlike the Commonwealth, Cass had a big population and she didn't care about losing citizens who were troublemakers. For example, earlier, one of her citizens, Addison27, had gone to Tricolor, dug into Jophiel's grave, and had stolen Jophiel's head.
Can I wear this? Hey, Cass, I brought you a trophy.
But instead of protecting him, Cass immediately banished Addison from the Cass Coalition and alerted Tricolor of his location, causing Addison to flee Island 2. It was this kind of no-nonsense leadership that earned Cass a lot of respect from not only her citizens, but other Island 2 nations who are now much more willing to ally with Cass than with the Commonwealth.
I can't wait to see what happens with Oppenheimer.
The Cass Coalition also provided a sense of security to smaller groups. Like this
Is that the Canadian flag?
Cheese merchants and call themselves the Conquistadors.
This is the way of cheese, but el queso!
Since the war dropped yesterday, the economies of most Island 2 nations were prospering, with heavy amounts of trade and tourism between islands. Meanwhile, in Barbie Land...
Ish. I have news.
What?
I'm marrying Oppenheimer.
What? On day 8, the player Oppenheimer had marched into Barbie Land, but instead of destroying it with a nuke, he apparently liked it so much that he proposed to their leader.
Ish, consider this your invitation to the Barbenheimer wedding.
The Barbenheimer.
Inventing new technologies.
This is the power switch. It's 16 furnaces working together simultaneously, and it has a bunch of hopper minecarts on the inside distributing everything.
As much as Luminara was finally starting to live up to its name as the light of Island 2, little did its citizens know among them was quietly living the world's most deadly group of terrorists.
I'm thinking of running in the election tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Legacy's pretty popular, but I'm not worried.
While it seemed like each of the Island 2 nations had their own separate goals, they were all still united under one mission: to find and kill Saps. In fact, by day 8, Luminara had told all of the other nations that Saps had fled to Island 1, and some nations were already preparing to send out hit squads later today.
So I get that it's been days and stuff in the game. How long has this actually been in like the actual creating of this world? Like how long were these players in this game? When did they do the whole decision of like, when does the day start? All that stuff. Like IRL, were they able to get like, how did they live IRL? You know, to be able to maintain all of this with 1,000 players.
But Island 1, meanwhile, was currently dealing with a whole other
crazy Gojo.
Drama, the murder of Lingolini.
I cannot conceive how we are being this civil about this. They came in, they found him in the hole, they drowned him in lava.
This player, Vietnam, was one of the few remaining survivors in the Lingolini Mafia. Vietnam had escaped the Covenant's attack and wanted to get revenge against the Covenant, but was finding it surprisingly difficult to gather support. See, while the Blue Cross condemned the Covenant, nobody was brave enough to declare war on them.
Well, yeah, they were the strongest fighters.
The Covenant and its army, which is why Seneca secretly asked them to do the deed instead of doing it herself. If people knew that she was behind the attack, she would be in big trouble. But for now, nobody would face any consequences for the massacre of the Lingolini Mafia. Going back to West Helm, on day 8, Emperor Spood was really only thinking about one thing: how to get revenge against Knight Arcturus. After the Commonwealth rejected Spood's extradition request, Spood's initial reaction was to begin preparing for war. But what made him think twice was his belief that the Commonwealth was a massive nation with probably a big army. Spood also knew that declaring war could risk the entirety of Island 2 coming to the Commonwealth's defense, and maybe launching a counterattack on West Helm.
I still want to see.
Spood decided to change strategies.
Okay, before we continue, do you guys think that Oppenheimer has an ulterior motive to marrying the Barbie leader. I don't remember who the Barbie leader was, but do you guys think that Oppenheimer has an ulterior motive? I think so. I think his decision to marry was to secretly go in and set up traps for the Barbie nation to just fall underneath. That's how a genius would do it. And Oppenheimer is supposed to be a genius.
Instead, decided to try and bait the Commonwealth. See if he can make them angry enough to do something rash. Something bad enough that would allow Spood to then declare war and have everyone's support. And Spood knew exactly how to make the Commonwealth angry. He invited back to the West Helm capital the one person he knew the Commonwealth hated the most.
Saps.
Can we make a deal? We're running out of time.
Saps is back. And Turntap's here too for some reason. This is interesting. Because the Covenant had brought Saps to Westhelm yesterday, Spood had specifically asked Turntap to protect Saps and escort him to Westhelm once again. While Saps didn't fully trust Turntap, or Spood for that matter, he knew that a meeting with Spood was a massive opportunity, and it was worth the risk.
Hey you can turn the sun away, paint the moon in blood. If we can do what we do best, we're nocturnal life.
Saps, you are the person that, to my knowledge, murdered all those people on Island 1. Island 2, sorry.
It was not me. There is a person on Island 2 that is behind all of the assassinations and the corruption. His name is Flexion.
Emperor Spood was having trouble believing Saps, but he went along with it for now.
Well, it seems like we both have gripes with Island 2.
Spood then proceeded to tell Saps and the Covenant about his feud with the Commonwealth, and how he needed Island 1's support in case a war breaks out. There was just one problem. The Blue Cross Alliance was as good as dead. Infernus had basically left the Alliance after the last meeting, and the Covenant had stopped responding to the Blue Cross because of the Lingolini situation. So Spood decided to take things into his own hands and individually call the big four nations of Island 1 for a meeting. And he wanted Saps to be there so he could tell the leaders about corruption on Island 2. Now, because of Saps' reputation, Seneca and Benji were hesitant. But as long as the meeting was in a wide open area without a roof, they decided they would go.
Oh, so you turned the sun away. How could you be so cruel? Ooh, hey. You wrapped the moon in ice. That's not nice. Not nice.
To begin the meeting, Spood first had Saps tell his story.
I've been put on trial and sentenced to death for a crime I did not commit.
Spood's goal with this meeting was to convince all the leaders that Island 2 was a threat to Island 1.
This is gonna work.
My right-hand man was murdered in cold blood by someone in association with the Commonwealth. It's one of the many injustices I've heard about on Island 2, and I want justice.
Then, Turntap of the Covenant made his own statement.
A few days ago, Covenant was approached by Luminara to speak of a potential trade agreement. Legacy AN approached me in regards to Flexion, the guy who Saps is claiming killed everyone, which I do believe.
Whoa. Apparently, back when the Covenant traded armor trims with Flux, they had also done the same deal with Legacy. And Legacy had voiced concerns to Turntap about Flux's run for leader, including how Flux was demoted from second in command, and rumors that he's paying people diamonds to vote for him. This gave Saps and Spood's stories a little more credibility, which was crucial for getting everyone on board with Westhelm's military proposal, which was, if any nation from Island 2 attacks Island 1, then the entirety of Island 1 must strike back.
If all leaders are in agreement to this, please say aye.
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 Oh.
Good. This is for us a problem.
Benji was hesitant to join any military alliance because Elysium was the nation of peace, and he knew that his people were opposed to any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle.
Council might not agree.
Do you believe if Saps was at the council meeting, would he potentially have the chance to convince them after telling his story?
I think he might.
As long as Saps agrees, it's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
Saps and a few of the others then walked to Elysium on a mission to reunite Island 1.
Let's go! I like how all the characters are just jumping. Does it make you move faster?
Framed for the mass assassination of Island 2 leaders by Fluxion and his conspirator. So many other people have died to the same tyranny and corruption that has been on Island 2. I'm just so lucky to be alive and share my story with you guys.
But as Sap spoke, the people of Elysium still had some doubts.
Against the corruption in Island 2, which is...
But who?
What does that? What does that mean? That's vague. What does that
Are we
mean?
going
What is the corruption?
Listen,
Elysium wasn't convinced that potential corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago.
What the... What is this? About 15 members of the West Helm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions. Nonetheless, the proceedings continued.
They're being rushed here to pressure us.
We're going to be deciding whether Elysium citizens would go to war. I think Elysium citizens need to have a say in that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
After even more deliberation and after even more time passed...
Excuse me, I have to say something important. The troop of people that came by, they are apparently the military from the West Helm. We have reasonable suspicions to believe they are going to launch an invasion of Island 2 in the next, 5 minutes. I do not know.
What are you talking?
Emperor Spood had grown impatient. After Spider informed him that progress was stalling, Spood had decided to send a squadron of the West Helm army into the Commonwealth's territory to find and arrest Knight Arcturus. Oh boy, they're almost there, I think.
Is there a way to actually capture someone, like without, that way you could carry them? Because Saps was able to escape. What's stopping Arcturus or what's his actual name? Something Arcturian?
We're simply looking for a
Knight
man
Arcturian?
by the name of Knight_Arcturus.
Arcturus. Okay, I got it right. Yeah, Arcturus.
Alright.
Isn't there a way to be able to
We
just
don't
capture
have
him?
We do not know where he's at. We have not seen him, nor have we heard from him.
We don't have him.
Where are they going?
With their first plan failing, West Helm went to plan B.
Shield wall, shield wall.
What the?
What's happening, guys?
They're forming a shield wall. They're forming a shield wall outside.
Everyone leave. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Everyone bail, bail.
The West Helm squadron had successfully intimidated the Commonwealth leadership into fleeing their own nation. West Helm then went around, searching every house, every mine, every crevice of the Commonwealth.
Oh my god.
But ultimately, Knight Arcturus was nowhere to be found.
Yo, this is insane. I love this.
Meanwhile, at the Cask Coalition.
Okay, so Emperor Spood needs to go. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of everything that's going on with West Helm, right? However, Emperor Spood definitely is a very unstable leader. Needs to be taken out. Needs to be gone. So I don't agree with Knight Arcturus being hunted down. I think Knight Arcturus needs to survive. I hope he survives. That's the goal. Now, however, Saps is doing everything right. As of right now, at least, Saps is doing everything right. He is doing what he can to survive and take out Flux. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Yeah.
You know how everyone's trying to kill Saps because of what he did? And then during his trial, he was all like, Luminara was behind this. Luminara built the trap.
The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
So, I was sailing past Saps' place a few days ago.
God, this dude is digging. For what?
Oh. You see that? You see that guy?
Yeah.
Isn't that Flux?
Oh, wait, yes.
Kind of looks like him, yeah.
What's he doing at Saps's place? And why is he gathering blocks?
You go to show Cass.
What do you think?
Interesting. You know what? Go show this to Tricolor. And probably also Hyperion.
I'm on it.
Dude, this is getting more and more intense. Let's go. Flux made a terrible mistake.
When he happened to notice Flux digging for sand, a prevalent material in Saps's roof. On its own, this wasn't the best evidence. But for some people,
it was enough.
It did raise some questions.
It's the fact that Flux was by himself. Okay, so if Flux was by himself, that's a bad thing. If Flux was with the people who was accused as well, that was a bad thing. Now, if Flux was there with other people who were never accused, seemed to be nice, like normal citizens of the society, and they're all just digging around because, you know, hey, we're looking for your stuff. We need these blocks, right? That's a different story. But the fact that Flux was there by himself, not a good sign, not a good sign.
Yesterday, Saps had spent the day getting brought into meetings with the most important people on Island 1, and he didn't really know what to make of this. In one sense, he was incredibly lucky to finally have some support. But he also questioned how real this support is and who he can really trust. See, Saps knew that the Covenant generally did not like the people of Island 2. The Covenant believed that Island 1 was the supreme island with
it for sure
culture, customs, and traditions.
It for sure was,
They
in
were
my
also
opinion.
known to
Other
be
than like
ruthless,
Spood.
having massacred the entire Lingolini Mafia. It's why Saps was suspicious of Turntap's offer to continue protecting him, especially after he ran away. But Saps knew he needed powerful allies as world tensions were ramping up. When Spood invaded the Commonwealth yesterday, he got a lot of criticism, mostly from his own neighbors, who were blindsided by the move.
Spood could have dragged all my people into war. Elysium is a nation of peace.
Like that, any hope for a Big Four alliance was basically dead, especially since the other nations were now dealing with problems of their own.
You know, one thing though, I don't think they necessarily need Benji Button's group. That group could stay. Elysium, I think is their nation's name, can stay at peace. I think all they need to be able to take out Island 2 is just the 3. Mainly because, for one, they have the best, from what I understand, the best PvPers on in the Covenant, right? 2, they have the biggest nation, Spood's nation, with one of the biggest armies. So not only do you have the numbers situation, you also have the best of the best in that situation. And then you also have Seneca, who I don't know exactly how big her nation is or how like powerful they are, but that's just extra people, you know? So I think they would do fine with just the Covenant, West Helm.
Earlier yesterday, Queen Seneca had found
Seneca's
out that
group.
Elysium's newspaper, Daybreak Media, had somehow found out that she had directed the Covenant to kill Lingolini. This is why Seneca was so quiet yesterday during the Island 1 snow meeting. She knew this story would be coming out, and she was trying to figure out how she would respond. And on day 9, she made her decision. To dissuade people from invading Infernus, she would show strength by doubling down and hold a joint ceremony with the Covenant, parading around Lingolini's head.
What?
Let this be a lesson. Shame to those who disrespect our volcanoes.
Unite Yggdrasil.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the island, the Blue Cross was hosting a meeting.
Vietnam, I'm getting word that Infernus is having a ceremony to burn the head of Mario.
If I can't get his head back, then it's war. I will put my hands around each and every one.
The leaders and representatives then
Crash out.
decided that Infernus needed to be punished, and they started discussing whether or not to declare war. But then, not even a minute into the discussion,
If everyone is against them, then we are not going to.
Benji's dead.
What?
Benji's dead.
What?
What?
Benji, the leader of Elysium, had suddenly died. And before anyone could even ask about what happened, a member of Daybreak Media made a shocking revelation.
We know that Benji had been one of the people who made the call to kill Lingolini.
What? Apparently, Benji had admitted to Daybreak Media that he, alongside Infernus, had approved the killing of Lingolini. At the time, Benji believed that killing Lingolini would finally resolve the conflict over the volcano and bring peace to the island. But he ended up seriously regretting this decision. So he told Daybreak Media everything, exposed Infernus, and then ended his life.
No.
Now, because Benji had repented, the Blue Cross Conference decided not to punish Elysium and instead focused on Infernus.
I don't know about war. Maybe a trial? Give Infernus a chance to tell their side.
Flux was representing Luminara at the meeting, and the leaders actually agreed with his idea. So later today, there would be
I hate that Flux is still in that meeting. I hate that Flux is still in that meeting.
Of Infernus.
When is it
Now,
Flux's
when the
turn for
meeting came to an
repercussions?
end, Flux was approached by a few guards from Tricolor.
Right, look. We know about the assassinations, all right?
What assassinations?
You're under arrest. You're coming to Tricolor. You're gonna have a fair trial. Just come with us.
What are you talking about?
Tricolor had issued an arrest warrant for Flux after they obtained incriminating video evidence from a citizen of the Cass Coalition.
Let's go!
Responsible for the death of Joe Field in any capacity.
What are you talking about? We know Seraphim was guilty of that.
There are concerns that you may have been involved in other ways. If you believe yourself innocent, I believe that you are. I trust that you're innocent because you told me you were. But right now, the most important thing you can do is simply go to the trial and prove that you're correct, which I believe
This
you
is
are,
an
okay?
outrage against Luminara. I cannot
No.
believe that you would accuse me of this.
Now, the truth was, Tricolor wasn't necessarily convinced that Flux was guilty. They just wanted Flux to go to trial so that he could answer their questions about the videotape.
Why didn't you not bring this up beforehand?
So if you were guilty, you run away.
You're seriously scared that I'm going to run away from a trial.
You agree after what happened with the Commonwealth, we could never be too careful about stuff like that. We're both
Fine.
not.
Fine, I will go. But this is an outrage.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna remember this.
We will not stand for this.
Flux is getting arrested by Tricolor. He's like stopping every few seconds.
People stop. Don't worry about it.
The group then passed through Elysium, and we're about to sail
He's
off
probably
Island
sending
2
sending
until-
messages to his group, texts.
Oh, hey, what is this?
What? Wait, Flux is getting away? It turned out Flux had secretly told a member of his own crew to come and attack him so that he could run away from his arrest without looking guilty.
I knew it. I knew it!
When Flux returned to Luminara, his whole world had flipped upside down. He believed he had covered all his tracks, that he had gotten away with everything. But for now, he had to remain calm and decide on his next move.
Legacy.
Yeah?
We've just been informed that you have ties to the Covenant, and they're working with Saps the Traitor. So the problem is, we're afraid you're a national security threat. You have two choices right now. You either drop out of the election this instant, or we can do this the hard way.
Oh, that's tough. Alright.
By forcing Legacy to drop out of the election, Flux had automatically become the leader of Luminara. Which means if Tricolor still wanted to arrest him, they wouldn't be able to just walk ahead.
If I was Legacy, I would have brought up the fact that he had the same armor, that he got the same stuff from the Covenant. So he was also in cahoots with the Covenant, who is apparently aiding Saps. So
Head and take him. They would have to invade Luminara itself. Yesterday, Emperor Spoon had caused a lot of chaos with his failed attempt to capture Knight Arcturus. So he spent day 9 repairing relationships, but also forming new ones. For example, earlier, Spoon had received a message from a player named Addison27 who wanted to sell Joe Fuel's head in exchange for netherite. Spoon accepted the deal, gave Addison a place to meet him at, but then he gave Addison's location straight to Tricolor.
Armor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Show us the head.
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh, no.
Give it right now.
I got it.
Now, this actually led to an alliance between West Helm and Tricolor, the first ever multi-island alliance, and a strategic move by Spoon to befriend the neighbors of the Commonwealth.
that's okay. So I know I've been talking about how corrupt Spood is. That was a genius play. Super genius play. Absolutely genius play. So yeah. But yeah, so Spood, perfect play.
Also visited the Covenant after he heard about some civil unrest going on.
So they all just left, just like that?
Apparently, about half of the Covenant's entire population had decided to leave the Covenant. This is because they believed TurnTap was betraying the Covenant's values by constantly trading and associating with Island 2. And what made a lot of them really angry was the fact that TurnTap was making them protect Saps. See, originally, TurnTap had only brought Saps in to get diamonds for his army. But the more he heard about Saps' story, the more he became captivated by Saps and wanted to help him. In
I
fact,
agree with
the reason
TurnTap.
TurnTap had acted strangely on day 7 wasn't because he was thinking about killing Saps. It was because he had just saved Saps from the Alcaracina pirates, and he was worried that the pirates would attack the Covenant in retaliation.
Walk ahead.
Anyway, now that TurnTap had the pirates against him, as well as much of the Covenant forces, which TurnTap himself had trained to be ruthless, it's fair to say that his life was in grave danger. But before he and Spood could figure out a solution, the Covenant suddenly had a surprise visitor.
Come here, you're under arrest.
Uh-oh.
Yo, they're trying to kill me?
You killed our leaders. You destroyed our island.
After days upon days of searching, the Commonwealth had finally found Saps.
It's literally the guy.
Saps is now hiding. This player, Zekor, was now the main diplomat of the Commonwealth, and he knew that this was his opportunity to finally kill Saps. The last thing he needed to do was to convince Spood to hand Saps over.
Spood, come here. Please,
Did he just call him Shapood? That would have already turned me off.
Friend of this criminal behind you.
Alright, could you guys come inside?
Oh boy. Here we go.
What Shapood's plan is. Wonder what the
We
plan
can
is.
put all of our fighting behind us. I propose a trade. You give me Saparada, and the Commonwealth gives you Knight Arcturus.
Oh wow.
RT for Saps. I mean, where would this happen?
You can let us take Saparada now, and then we can kill Arcturus for you.
No, don't kill him. He needs to fight in the Colosseum.
Alright, we can make that work as well.
Wait, So you're saying you know where he is? It's interesting because Sitzkrieg said he didn't.
Okay.
We don't have him.
We do not know where he's at.
Look, he comes back every now and then. We'll find him.
Really? Is that so?
Why would I lie?
So you'll find him for me.
Spood, don't do this.
Look, Spood, I have to be honest. I'm shocked that you're defending this criminal. Either you accept this deal right now, or I tell everyone from back home that you're harboring Saparade. They'll all declare war on you, and this will be the end of Westhelm.
It will not be the end of Westhelm.
So, just to make the terms of this deal very clear, because I want to be accurate, you expect me to give up an innocent man in exchange for a terrorist? Is that really your offer?
He's not innocent.
Alright. Get out. Now.
Ooh, I like that. So Spood isn't my favorite right now, but he's very unstable and shouldn't be a leader. But he's a cool person. He's just very unstable as a leader. I don't think he should die. I just don't think he should be a leader. However, Flux
Soon it would be time for the
needs to die.
trial of Infernus, which had become a very anticipated event because Seneca had told everyone that she actually planned to attend. As such, Turntap would be there to help her, which meant Saps also had to go. He wanted the Covenant's protection, which would actually come in handy. What? Saps getting attacked. Oh no. Oh boy, Sap's getting attacked again. The attacker was taken out immediately by the Covenant, but this led to another problem.
We need to know whether we should keep Infernus in the area. We are worried about assassinations.
Not going in a building, we're having this outside.
Seneca and the rest of Infernus had arrived, but were refusing to enter the courthouse because of safety concerns. Infernus is saying outside or nothing. They're not going in. And as expected, people were quickly becoming impatient.
I have to stand here for 5 more minutes. I'm gonna pull all my hair out.
Let's come inside.
These people don't have the ability to come in this building.
The trial hadn't even begun and things were already out of control, and then... Someone's setting up dripstone.
No!
Oh! And like that, Turntap was dead, killed by 2 disgruntled former citizens of the Covenant who had come back for revenge. What the?
Wait, I saw 2 die.
Like that.
He didn't even cover the fact that the real vintage was also skewered. What?
And like that, Turntap was dead, killed by 2 disgruntled former citizens of the Covenant who had come back for revenge. What the?
Burn us back to the castle.
Queen Seneca directed her people and all the remaining Covenant forces, who were now leaderless, to retreat to the Infernus Castle. Both Infernus and the Covenant were eventually found guilty of murdering the Lingolini Mafia. But now that Seneca had adopted the entire Covenant army with all of its netherite weaponry, it would be impossible to try and arrest anyone.
Oh.
Saps, meanwhile, was abandoned at the courthouse, so he ran all the way to Westhelm to Emperor Spood, who was apparently dealing with a new political crisis. It appeared that Spood had finally made the Commonwealth mad because, according to a West Helm spy, it looked like the Commonwealth was preparing to go to war. And on top of this, Spood had received a message from Sitzkrieg inviting him to the Commonwealth for a meeting. Now, of course, Spood suspected this was a trap, but his second-in-command Spider had an idea.
Let me go instead. Let them kill me, and if they do, we'll have the right to obliterate them.
Basically, if Spider goes to this
So he's going
and
as a
actually gets killed, then in the eyes of the world, this will give West Helm permission to finally wipe the Commonwealth off the map.
You're a hero, Spider.
He's a martyr.
Glory to West Helm.
Glory to West Helm. Glory to West Helm. He's a martyr for him.
These guys are all waiting for something to happen.
Attack in the night, perfect decision.
Wait, what? Where is everyone?
It's a trap. It's a trap.
The Commonwealth had been completely abandoned. See, after Zekor's meeting with Spood, Sitzkrieg had tried to rally all of Island 2 against West Helm, but not a single nation joined him. Throughout its days, the Commonwealth had faced chaos, infighting, global humiliation, and now Sitzkrieg was utterly defeated. So, as a final jab against West Helm, Sitzkrieg decided to kill Spider before dissolving the Commonwealth once and for all. Sitzkrieg and his remaining citizens then decided to pack up and relocate to the one place in the world that West Helm wouldn't be able to infiltrate.
Come on in, guys. Welcome to Infernus.
Thank you, Seneca.
There are so many people. Oh my God. Infernus is massive.
That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
Meanwhile, at the Cast Coalition, it was the end of another good day. The farmers had produced plentiful crops, the businesses had...
Bro, I actually feel like I'm watching like a very intense documentary. Like what are those documentaries that actually like try to act out the scenarios, like truly act out the scenarios, like recreate, like those type of documentaries of like a civilization in the past, like a society in the past going where all the civilizations are at war and they're trying to, yeah, that's what this is reminding me of, but in Minecraft.
Had made lots of sales, and there was even a birthday party. But while her people were happy, Cass knew very well that the outside world was quickly growing out of control. As leader, it was Cass's duty to keep track of all the world conflicts. But by day 9, they were simply overwhelming. She watched from afar as the Commonwealth fell apart. She watched as world leaders died left and right. She watched Infernus avoid justice by blocking themselves off, with Netherite at their defense, as well as the volcano's sheer height. Yet despite all the turmoil, Cass spent most of the day trying to solve what was now the world's biggest mystery. Who had really murdered all the Island 2 leaders? Was it
It was
Saps?
Flux.
Or was it Flux?
It was Flux. We know it's Flux. We know it's Flux. They don't,
Earlier at
but
the
we
Blue
do.
Cross meeting, members of the Cast Coalition were listening carefully.
Covenant was propagating anti-Island Jew propaganda, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't agree with that. Island 1 never had beef with you guys. It was really just a covenant.
They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us, then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all. But the Covenant was going to invade us, right?
Honestly, probably not. I think they were just trying to scare you guys.
Flux had fully believed that Island 1 was going to invade and even yelled at the other leaders for doing nothing, which made Cass think, what if that's the reason he killed them? Besides, what would be Saps' motive? There wasn't even a motive alleged during his trial, yet he was still found guilty. In fact, thinking back, the trial itself was suspiciously short, and the judge made a decision very quickly. Well, on day 9, one of Cass's citizens was scouting the Commonwealth and figured out why. Flux had bribed the judge to ensure Saps was found guilty. When Cass discovered this, she immediately called for a meeting with local leaders.
It's been Flux this whole time. I'm so mad. He needs to die.
He does.
I never thought I'd say this, but you have my permission to invade Luminara.
Okay, I'll tell my guys to prepare for battle.
No, there won't be a battle. We go in, we take him out, we leave. Got it?
Sounds good. See?
All right, first thing tomorrow.
Let's go! Flux is finally getting taken out. Day 10. Took him 7 days, because this all happened on day 3. Took him 7 days to come to this conclusion.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We gather here today because, well, we never got the opportunity to properly mourn our previous leader, 3 Below.
What's going on here?
He was more than just a Luminaran, he was a friend, and I'm very much excited that we can continue his legacy and complete the bridge which he would have wanted.
Flux is so manipulative and conniving. Out of all of them, Flux is my least favorite.
All right, let's go, let's go.
And so, the Cass Coalition set off on their mission to kill Flux once and for all. On the way, Cass stopped at Aperion to rally their people.
We've found the person responsible for the multiple leader assassinations, including the assassination of your own president. Are we ready to fight for Luminara and for justice?
The plan was simple. Aperion would invade Luminara from the south, while the Cass Coalition approaches from the sea so that Flux can't escape.
Such a great strategy.
Oh, they're here. They're here. Flux is running. Oh,
Surrender!
They're after him.
Huh? Surrender, Flux! I don't want to do this!
Oh!
Okay, wait, surrender! Okay, surrender. I'm not moving,
Flux, you are under arrest, killing Jag, Alki, members of Tricolor, and leader of Commonwealth.
This is an outrage! And attempting my assassination.
Flux had stopped and surrendered, but there was a bit of confusion.
He's entitled to a fair trial.
Wait, I thought it was on side. He's our president. They're trying to arrest our president.
Going in, Cass had been under the impression that the people of Luminara wanted Flux to be overthrown, when in reality, most Luminarans knew nothing about his crimes.
Don't be speaking to a mass murderer right now. Don't let him get through the crowds, guys. Where's Legacy? Luminarans, do you want this man alive?
Yeah, entitled to a fair trial.
Oh, come on.
All of a sudden, Cass wasn't sure about what to do. Until... Oh, he's running. He's running.
Arrow.
5 people using a secret trap he had built the day before. This bought him just enough time to escape.
You block up behind.
That said, Flux knew there'd be a lot of people after him, so when he dug to the surface, he ran straight to the ocean and fled Island 2.
Yo!
Still, Cass and Aperion sent out hit squads to try and hunt Flux down, while Legacy directed the citizens of Luminara to evacuate.
I gotta move all of these people over to the Conquistador HQ because no one is safe in Luminara at the moment.
Holy. Like that, Legacy had taken over as leader of Luminara. Cass and Aperion were down 5 citizens, and Flux had gotten away with everything once again.
I hate Flux. 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 Oh?
He thought.
Oh? Okay.
I am so confused on what's happening
Oh my god!
Oh god! Oh my god!
Oh my god. When Flux's trap went off, the rest of the world had a lot of questions.
Was that in Luminara?
That was Flux?
Wait, Flux killed those people?
Yeah.
On day 10, word began to spread about what had happened.
That was Flux's trap? Yeah, Flux built that trap.
Which made people think, was Flux behind the murders of the Island 2 leaders after all?
Dude, I think Flux was behind everything. Saps was right.
Suddenly, the world realized that Saps had been telling the truth.
The daily break, the day break.
Dude, finally, I'm so happy.
For the first time since he had got into hiding, Saps had been vindicated, proven innocent.
Dude, I feel so bad for Saps. He has not been able to he has not been able to live a legit life at all this entire time. He's been on the run since the very beginning. He has been having to look over his shoulder so frequently. And he finally got his justice. Well, not the official justice yet.
Finally on his side. And now, instead of hunting for Saps, all of Island 2 was determined to find Flux.
Bro, this is what happens when people want trials.
We should have just started killing him. I don't know why anyone stopped in the first place.
I would have been the bad guy if I killed him right then and there with everyone yelling, trial, trial.
But the search for Flux didn't take long.
Someone just saw Flux going up the volcano.
Oh, you're kidding.
Layer by layer, I didn't know narrowness in my childhood.
Queen Seneca had offered Flux refuge at Infernus under the condition that he and his crew build deadly traps all around the volcano perimeter so that nobody can break in. But the rest of the world was unfazed.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for what they did.
Yep.
On day 10, all of Island 2 joined the Tricolor West Helm Alliance and declared war against Infernus.
Alright, today we infiltrate the volcano for Spider and for Owo. And I just want to say, if I die today, I love you all. Glory to West Helm!
Okay, Spoon is growing on me, dude. Glory to West Helm!
He was everyone's brother. And they took him from us. They took him.
Flux got away with murdering so many of our people and our leaders. Today, we get justice for our entire island.
Alright, everyone in.
I'll meet you at the Coliseum.
Let's go, let's go.
Come on. All right, let's go, everyone.
True peace will happen when Seneca's group, Infernus, is gone.
A few days ago, my home was turned into a death trap behind my back. I was framed and then forced to go through a rigged trial.
Guilty on all counts. Yes!
A few days ago, every single person in the world wanted me dead. But today, you all know the truth about who really killed our leaders and our friends. Today,
Death
we
to
vote
Flux!
ahead. We storm the volcano, and we get justice.
Thank you, Saps. Alright, everyone, listen up. There's a lot of things to watch out for. There's gonna be lava, boiling water, dripstone traps, their entire army. They have height advantage and netherite armor, but we have numbers. So let's stick together and let's win this thing! Come on!
Alright, here we go! There's so many people.
Dude, I love this cinematic masterpiece. Okay, I literally feel like I'm watching, did y'all ever watch the show Vikings? This reminds me of the scene when the British army with, what was his name? It wasn't King Harold. It wasn't, who was it? It was the Fat King. The one who, was it? Yeah, he was the one that sentenced Ragnar to death. When his army pulled up to the Viking army saying, "Oh, it's just a small army, just another day at the office type of thing." And then all of a sudden, the entire Viking army peeked their head over the ridge, and then they said, "Oh God." And then they were like, "I don't think God can save us here today." Yeah, this is the Viking army, and Seneca's army is the British army on that one.
As your name, walk ahead.
Oh my. I think there might be a problem. It's good.
You cover us in shame, and I take the blame. Living by the rules to which high school blues. Walk ahead. Beginners keep provoking. Blood rinse us, thirst choking.
Where's all this music from?
Anyone stand this nonsense? Eating away, telling us to stop and obey. To stop and obey.
They're pouring water on the lava, but the water still burns.
Okay, send out the covenant now, right now.
Go.
Oh, big fighting on the ground right now. Covenant is attacking from behind.
Keep going!
Skin shine, jumpers got silver linings. Holy Mary sings songs in the wet rain. Walk ahead.
Shield drop!
chaos on the ground as well. It's the Covenant.
Get down off our mountain.
They got it, they got it.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! No, not Remy. Billy?
The final push, here we go.
Will Legacy survive? Yo, this is intense. I would love to be involved in this. This looks so fun. This one's for Lingalini. Seneca is now dead. You're not getting away this time, Fluxion. Did Fluxion die going into the lava, or did he find a spot? Did he set up a spot that's like fake? What?
No. Surely not. No, of course he has a tunnel. Of course.
Where was he? I saw him! I saw him! We're gonna kill him! Run away!
No matter how much I don't like Flux and how much of a traitor he is and how much of a conniving, cynical person he is honestly very smart. He's gotten away from everything every time.
Hold on. Oh, come on. Alright guys, let's go, let's go.
One v one in the Coliseum.
What? No way.
Wow, you actually showed up.
Can't say no to a friend, can I?
That
Let's
was
make this a fair fight, okay? Flux. Look at all these people dying right now because of you.
You know, Saps, none of this would have happened if you had died. like you were supposed to. I'm sorry for everything you've had to go through.
Come on, Saps. Saps, win. Win this, Saps. You got this, Saps.
I can't watch this.
Let's go, Saps. Let's go, Saps. You win this. By the way, before we see the outcome, what is it that they pre-ate before the fight? I'm assuming it's a way to like build health back mid-fight without having to eat again, I guess. But what was it? Let's go. Let's go, Saps. Let's go, Saps. Let's go! Let's go, Saps!
Saps had killed Flux. And with that, Flux's reign of terror was over.
You know, Flux, kind of, in a sense, reminded me of Doflamingo from One Piece. Someone who was truly evil, who came to power through manipulation and then tried to cover his tracks, but eventually and ultimately failed. Damn!
Today, we gather to honor the lives lost in the Battle of Infernus.
Since then, I think we haven't felt the same. I know I certainly don't.
The Island 2 West Helm Alliance had defeated the Infernus forces. But winning had come at a high cost. After the war, people across the world took time to mourn their dead, reflect upon the battle, and then, eventually, decide how to move on.
This was a masterpiece.
Now that Infernus, the Covenant, and the Commonwealth were off the map, there were talks of creating a new world government. But ultimately, it
Why is the
really
American flag in that?
materialized, and all the remaining nations just agreed to do their own thing and have peace.
That's all that mattered.
In the corner of the crowded
Island 1 had taken the brunt of the war. Crops trampled, the big tree scorched, the volcano ravaged. As a result, people across Island 1 struggled after the war.
But I'm dead.
Some of them joined cults, while others moved to Island 2 in search of a better life.
Oh.
Elysium was fine though. Instead of going to war on day 10, the Nation of Peace had decided to hold a peace festival. And on their shore was something new. A bridge stemming all the way from Luminara. And so everybody lived on in peace, including Saps, who at long last had returned to Island
Saps
Zoo.
finally got to live in peace, and he gets to go back to his place.
Still, the world wasn't totally conflict-free. The Cass Coalition Bakery was yet to be exposed for causing the death of Wood Daddy. And Night Arcturus was still in hiding, yet to be found by Westhelm. It's a big world, so it's not a surprise that many stories like these may just never end. But I think there's some beauty in that.
I do too. Dude, this music is so good. Who made this music? It's very emotional.
We will catch that traitor. But tonight you can rest. You've made your emperor very proud.
Jury,
Conquistadors.
you have heard all of the evidence. If you find Thomas 5200 guilty of aiding Fluxion with his reign of terror, jump now. Thomas, may you find mercy in the end, senor.
Let's go!
When we first met, I ran away screaming from you because I thought you were gonna blow up my nation and kill all my citizens. After we talked a little bit for like 5 minutes, I realized you could blow up my nation and kill all my citizens, but that doesn't mean you will.
Barbie, do you take Oppenheimer to be your one and only candidate?
I do.
Oppenheimer, same thing.
I do.
Now,
It was a
at this
beautiful
time,
ending.
Barbie and Oppenheimer have requested that instead of rings, they will both exchange something slightly different. If you would please turn your attention to the nuclear bomb that's behind us. 3, 2, 1.
That is so dope.
So slowly lose control as emotions overflow, falling into the
Aw, even though he did betray him, he said goodbye, friend. Damn, that was so freaking amazing. That was so dope. I love that. I love that. Okay. That was I'm literally in awe right now of how amazing that entire video was. I literally felt like I was watching a movie or watching a documentary from the past that was being reenacted. That's exactly how I felt. And holy smokes, did they do a great job at it. So, dude, Ish, if you ever see this, thank you. This was amazing. Okay. Bye.